Hello everybody and welcome to this evening's Evesports EGL in 2020 main event. We are in the lower bracket semi-final tonight. This match is going to be between Energy Esports and DNMK, two teams at the top of the scene here in South African CSGO. Winner secures themselves a spot in the top 3. Loser gets eliminated and has to play in the 4th, 5th playoff spot. So Reese, everything to play for tonight between these two teams. We've got two amazing teams going head to head tonight. What are you expecting from this game?
Fireworks, massive fireworks, Matt. I think it's going to be either a slugfest right down to the end. We've seen with the draft that there are some punished picks and stuff in there, which you will, I think, expand on us or on for us in a moment. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one, dude. And how are you, Matt? How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing really good, actually. I finished my last assessment, my last exam today, which was a big portfolio. Done for the year now, so I can put that out of my mind and let the days blend in. You know, it doesn't really matter whether it's Tuesday or Saturday. It's just waking up and enjoying the day. So I'm in a fantastic space right now and very keen for this game. I mean, the only thing that could have made my day better was having an amazing game to cast, and that's exactly what we got on the table tonight. Two teams that are going to be fighting tooth and nail with elimination on the line. There's nothing better than seeing teams like DNMK and Energy play against each other when there's elimination on the line here. This is a 50,000 Rand tournament, guys. Everything to play for these two teams. Anyway, Reese, before I get too far ahead, how are you doing, my good friend?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I went full idiot on Sunday and without warming up, ran myself to a point that I can't walk. So it's been an interesting 2 days without the ability to perambulate in the general direction of anything. But other than that, yeah, I'm 10 out of 10. I'm also looking forward to some good CS tonight. I think Energy has been so exciting recently with their roster changes and stuff. I'm expecting some big things. Let's put it that way. Yeah,
you and me both. I think that this Energy team has been looking very hot since its inception, and a lot of potential there, right? And we've seen it time and time again in the games that we've been casting. On the flip side, got DNMK, who have finally got their full roster together and everybody back in their home location. So they've actually been able to have some practice days, would you believe it or not? A very unfamiliar territory for them for about the past month. For anybody who doesn't know, the DNMK players have been going overseas, or not overseas, of course, rather just like going on holiday here around in South Africa. And so when one player returned, another one went away. So they never had any consistent period where all 5 players were able to practice. So it's been a bit of an unfortunate couple weeks for them, but now everybody's back. They've had a few practice days, so we can actually start to expect the level out of DNMK that we know they're capable of. We've seen glimpses of it as well. Even playing with the stand-in, they still showed they were a force to be reckoned with, and that was without Divo, like one of their star players. So very keen for this DNMK team to see how they're going to be progressing now that they've also been together for a bit longer. So there should be a little bit more cohesion between the boys as well, a little bit more synergy there. And yeah, big things happening in that roster. So let's have a look at the brackets and see exactly how we've gotten to this point, the matches these teams have played to reach this part of the tournament. Reese, why don't you take us through Energy?
So Energy actually had quite an easy run on the opening of things until they met 80K in the round 3 of the upper bracket, and they lost that 2-0, and it was quite well, I wouldn't say an emphatic 2-0 for 80K. The first map they struggled quite hard. They were faced with 3 map points to Energy, which they managed to pull through on all of those, and it finally ended 22-20. And I don't think I'll ever forget those 42 rounds of CS, because there were multiple 50 bombs. We had Mango and his brother Destroyed both going off for their team, so it was a huge, or like almost like a Herculean effort from 80K to bring it back from being 3 map points. And then the sales were, you know, kind of out of Energy's well, the wind was out of their sails at that point. Their momentum just dropped off, and the third map was culminated on a 16-12. So they then dropped to the lower bracket,
Yeah.
which they continued their good form in. They went 2-1 against Royalty. Royalty did do very well on their map pick to get that one win, but
Yeah.
as soon as it went to the decider, it was very clearly Energy's game to lose at that point, and they closed it out pretty comfortably. It was a
Yeah,
16-11
I'd
as
say.
well. And then, yeah, they got themselves now into this round of 5 lower bracket where they're now facing off against DNMK.
Yeah, consolidation bracket semi-final matchup. DNMK, just to quickly run through how they've gotten to this point. They looked pretty good in their first couple matches, fairly comfortable. They beat Royalty 2-0, which was also a good win for them just to assert their dominance and reassure that they are, of course, as everyone knows, one of the top teams in the country. They then went against Goliath Gaming, which was an interesting game because they had BNY standing in for Divo in the first map. And they were down and out in the first half pretty much. Goliath Gaming on that T side went up 11-4. But then when Goliath went across to the CT side, DNMK actually started bringing some fire on their T side of their own, and they managed to make Goliath work quite hard. That game ended 16-12 in Goliath's favor. Went across to train, and we had the super sub. All of a sudden, Divo was able to play, and so he jumped in for the Valorant player BNY, and he joined his team, creating the full force, the full DNMK roster, and you could see the effect that he had on the team. They had so much more fragging power. You could see how much more harder, or how much harder Goliath had to work rather to get across the line in those rounds, and it was just an all-round better looking product. Of course, in the end, DNMK did lose that and dropped down to the lower bracket, where they've still been able to keep themselves alive and kicking. They played against XD on last week Thursday, or rather was this Sunday. And I wasn't able to join you guys for that, of course, finishing off this notorious exam. So thank you, Prophecy. Shout out for standing in for me there. How did that game go for DNMK against XD? Was it a fairly one-sided game?
It was very comfortable for them. When they overextended, I think it's been a natural thing with XD because of the state that they were in, sort of seeing out this tournament, waiting to disband and then create a new roster. They were leaving everything out on the line. And the first map was actually quite closely contested. We saw Beast, old DJ Dave, actually putting in quite a concerted effort. His best performance this tournament in the last game, kind of thing.
That's so classic of him, by the way, as well. Just like the type of player he is, and just to go crazy in a game, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's got a lot of skill. Anyway, yeah, continue.
But it was very easy, all things considered, just because the XD guys, I think, were quite content with the top 6 position that they were in. Rusty didn't go off, which is normally when things get very hard for their opponents, is when he's really firing on all cylinders. No massive deagle rounds.
Where's the Deeg highlights, Rusty?
Exactly. I was looking for more, but he was just, they were quite subdued, and it was quite a casual 16-10, 16-11 for DNMK, all things considered. I don't think they were tested very hard, and Nexus also pitched up literally just before the game for a family function of his own. So they have everybody warmed up today, so I'm expecting to see quite a different effect from them having been warmed up and actually being at their PCs before the game.
I mean, Reese, every time we've casted a game of DNMK, we've had to add like the asterisks in, or the little anecdote that they haven't been practicing and they haven't had their full roster and they haven't this, that. No, now they've had the full 5. They've had 2 practice days. Sean's been back for 3 days. No more excuses at this point. Now I'm giving them full gas on this cast and expecting the potential that I know they're capable of putting out. So let's see how tonight goes. Let's talk a little bit about the map pool, Reese. We alluded to it slightly. First map we find ourselves on is Inferno, and that was picked by Energy. Now, of course, Energy have just looked lights out on this map. Their T side has looked so scary. They've got everybody on their team is able to take the fights in banana and take mid, open up parts of the map. It's just a very intimidating T side that this team possesses. Their CT side's look also decent as well, but the T side's really been the highlight. However, another one of the map strengths for DNMK is also Inferno. We've seen them look good on this map. When you have players like the man in particular, he makes life very difficult for the T's in Banana when he's playing CT. Always taking fights, always getting in your face, always forcing you to use your util and trade to take control. And having Divo back in the mix now as well, I'm really looking forward to see how DNMK perform on Inferno, because historically, as I say, this is one of their maps. So Reese, what do you think? Do you think Inferno is going to be as clear-cut as we've seen it for Energy in the past, or in DNMK going to be making them work here?
I think it's gonna be a lot harder than it had been for them previously. Well, honestly, I think the pistol round is going to dictate their pace in this game somewhat.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how the first 3 rounds go, and then the first buy round as well is going to be very telling for both teams. Who's got better setups for staggering util and that sort of stuff. I think, like you said, Energy's T side is just so vicious right now with all the aim and everything that they have, and their sort of innate ability for, say, 4 of their players to just be able to pop off at any point. It's really only P&D who you're not generally expecting to go absolutely ham. And even saying that, memories of their past performances on Inferno, his lurk has been viciously good. He's been getting arch control, getting into CT quite often on the map. At least I would say 1 out of 3 times that he tries to go that pathway, he actually makes it through. And that's quite a lot. Like even 30% on a risky play like that is really good. And if you're throwing it in every 5th, 6th round, you know, in the map pool or in the half, you could effectively say get through once, and that's almost a guaranteed round win at that point. So they've got a lot of these like really cool microaggression plays that they've clearly been working on that I think it's going to be interesting. DNMK, like you say, there's always been that asterisk. We haven't ever seen them at 100%. So man, it's so hard to call. I think it's going to come down to mid-round calls on that side, on this half of the map, and I just favor Energy there because of P&D's mid-round calling and stuff so far has been really on point. But we're about to get into it, Matt. It's all going down.
It is indeed, and because this is Energy Esports' map pick, DNMK have the choice of sides, and we are diving into the very first map here of this consolidation bracket semi-final. I'm really keen to jump into this game. Loser is eliminated and have to play in the 3rd and 4th, or rather the 4th and 5th playoff to see where they end up. Winner secures himself a spot in the top 3, and that's where we start to enter some big money. Remember, the total prize pool is 50,000 Rand. Into the pistol round we go. There's numbers at the top of Banana here for DNMK. Kani's going to take the fight. He's good for 1, but Energy just continue charging forward. It's the same pistol round we saw out of them last time against Royalty. They're not afraid of a single thing in the world as they just push their way forward. The man gets flashed off the angle, but he was able to get a kill first. So he does at least maintain even numbers, and in fact, heck, he's going to be going for more here, but he runs out of ammo. Wipeout gets gifted a second life. He decides to hang around here. The man aggresses, but ends up losing his life, and now it's just the EGL Nexus left in the 1 versus 3. He receives the damage from Destroyed as well. The triple kill in for him, and we're kicking things off with a pistol round win for Energy Esports. Let's go.
A really nice pistol round from them, all things considered. As you said, the man running out of ammo there, he could have gotten Wipeout, which would have helped a bit, I think. But, you know, Destroyed already, he's awake. His monitor is very much on, set to 240 hertz, methinks. And he just cleans up 3 heads on the opening of that round. And quite wisely, DNMK have gone for a save here. And they've got nothing that should really be challenging Energy's buy at this point. And Energy actually has a boatload of util, which is really nice for this.
Yeah, and this is what we've seen Energy doing time and time again in the anti-eco rounds. They send one player towards the B-bomb site by himself, they throw some support util, and then he's sort of just the information man. His job is to go and figure out exactly what sort of a setup they got on the B-bomb side, and he, unfortunately for him, even though he's the first man in, Destroyed with the rifle still finds the kills. So sometimes it do be like that. But Energy figure out that it is indeed a vacant B-bomb site, so they secure the round. But I really like the attention to detail. We've seen this a lot from Energy. Whoa, Wipeout coming from behind. I didn't even realize he had the big flank. He gets the triple kill. That's so much money, $1,800 for him with the MAC-10. All headshots as well. Clean as you like.
Wipeout with that big sneak, Matt. He came up from nowhere.
And they were so sneaky, I didn't even notice, man.
I saw him creeping up, I was like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Just want to finish that point because it's been really cool to see Energy paying so much detail and attention to their setup in their anti-eco rounds, and I think a lot of teams can learn from it as well. They don't just throw caution to the wind and try and abuse the fact that they have superior weaponry. They still apply thought to how they're going to be approaching the round. They get information. They send one player on to be by himself. If he dies and he sees 3 players or more, he at least knows, or even if he sees 2 players, he knows the setup that they have. He can relay that information to his teammates, and they should from there then be able to close the round out because they they've got that information at their disposal. So really like to see the attention here from Energy. Let's see if they keep it up. We do go into the first full gun round, though. It's early days, third round already. DNMK, they've had to plug a few holes with some FAMASs. Got the util, got the one kit. Energy don't have the best power of their own, Reese, so going to be a bit of a brawl in this one, and quite a big advantage for whoever gets across the line.
Yeah, definitely. I think I like the util, the sacrificial sort of buys on the pharmacists just to have a bit more util. So important on the opening round of CT, and Ned already comes into play with a nice flash setup, but the man doesn't get out in time and he gets himself killed. So wipe out on the man off the board for this round. Definitely advantage Energy right now. And they are looking to put more pressure towards B. They know that there's been a small gap opened up there. And if Kanye overextends here, he's going to open up the B bomb site for them.
Yeah.
Immediately on that. And he
wow.
almost does 14 HP. Just manages to scrape it out of there. There is Nexus who's rotated in to support him now. But they're basically down at 3-4.
Yeah. Very nice start, all things considered. I mean, DNMK take that fight in Banana and they get the early kill, but then Energy able to trade it out, which kind of undoes all the hard work. And now we've got a fake going over here by PND. He spoke about his lurks. This time he's activating into a bit more of a role player. As he fakes over towards the B bomb side and has kind of pulled Diver off his post on the A side. Leaves Heartbreak by himself here in the pit. And he's got a few visitors coming up his way through short here. He's got support coming back from Diver as well. 30 seconds left on the clock. Energy tentatively making their way forward, waiting for PND to join in the pack as well. They do smoke off Heartbreak. I like this play as they now start wrapping around to the bomb side. That makes Divo's life difficult, but Heartbreak's able to find himself 2 kills. And they don't even know about Divo's position as well. Big kill there by Nexus. This should be round over. I don't think there's any way that PND anticipates him to be in this corner. Well, it seems like he's aware there could be someone on the side, but there's just no more time left for him to try and work with here. And Divo will end up leading to his demise. DNMK, they get on the board. Nicely defended there on that A bomb site, considering they had quite a tough job to do there. They actually exploited the smokes there of Energy playing around them, and Energy pushing into the bomb site, just weren't able to find any of the players.
Yeah, Heartbreak does actually a really nice little maneuver there, jumping out of the pit through that smoke. Does a nice Stewie 2K maneuver. I don't see it working every time, but on that occasion, it was the round-winning play, all things considered. And now Energy on a Tech 9 armor buy are going to be looking to probably do some rush shenanigans here. They might do a streaming maneuver out of apps. That also could be just trying to soak up some util here before they rotate. Definitely showing a lot of presence towards this area, and it looks like a boiler push, all things considered. There's 2 flashes going out. They're gonna hold W right now, and PND pulls out a nade in the middle of nowhere. They go for a triple nade into the big pit, but nothing comes of it. Destroy gets one of the men up on balcony, but Divo, the danger man, is in the back of the site, and he's gonna get 2 kills basically uncontested. He does get taken down by Flexi, who's got a lot more work to do here. They really need a bomb plant out of this. They have invested quite a lot into this round.
For sure.
They're going to get that at minimum. Destroyed and him. Both have low HP, but Flexi hits another shot. This means that it's just the man left in a 1-on-2. Both of his enemies are quite low, and he could catch Destroyed out here for free, which he is going to do. Flexi on site with 6 HP. He's going to take it clean off and win the round. Huge plays from Flexi.
Never nade in the 1 versus 1. First rule in the book, in the clutching manifesto. Oh man, he just gets punished so badly there. That's so unfortunate. What massive balls on Flexi to just swing himself out like that. Low HP in the 1v1, which was a 2v1. You have to question the setup there from Energy. Was it Destroyed whose booty was sticking out there? And he gets taken down without any awareness of the possibilities. So Energy nearly cost themselves that one, but they actually get across the line with the Tech 9s, Reese. Barreling forward. It was even weird because DNMK had the information. It seemed like they knew exactly what was going on there, but they were just losing the fights to the Tech 9s, maybe taking more fights than they should have been. I'm not sure. But now they have an eco round of their own. I don't think Energy are going to be offering them up the same treatment that they just received. As they forcefully take banana control, Kani's still in a very forward position here. He's going to be receiving the same treatments as well. PND with the clean shot. He's going to be opening up this B bomb site. And this is the T side. Yeah.
Their caution is very high. They're not just running into these Ds and stuff. They're playing it so methodically, and this is trouble for DNMK.
Yep, this is the T side that I was referring to at the top of the broadcast, that Energy are just capable of pulling out the bag. They are not afraid of anybody, and all 5 of these players are capable of fragging. Like, all 5 of them can clutch. All of them have pretty good decision making. The one player I'd say is like Wipeout's obviously the least experienced out of the lot of them. Mango and Destroyed still in the very early stages of their careers as well. And then you've got the balance of the experience there from PND and Flexi as well. Of course, PND has been in Australia for a while, so he's learned a lot over there and played in some of the professional teams, guys. If you didn't know that about PND, he was loitering around there playing with a few of the top players around in Australia. So he would have learned a lot, and he's brought that experience back to this Energy team. And he's mustering his troops here, taking a bit more of a backseat role, as he's got so many young gun heavy fraggers in this roster. Another gun round. We trudge into here in the 6th. And again, though, Reese, it's 2 Famouses for DNMK, so that they haven't been afforded the luxury of a proper full gun round yet, where they got the AWPs, they got the full util.
Starts off with good util damage, actually, for Energy towards the top of B. They do get some in return from the man and Connie, but it's not enough. That they're going to be slowed down. Wipeout hits a shot on the man as he goes to the boost. Connie's going to stay here and fight, and he's going to get taken down. And that's a B bomb site open up once again. He really should have drawn back there. That overextension, just getting punished immediately.
But it feels like they're not committing and they're not playing passive. They're just sitting top banana control, waiting to take a fight. And in my opinion, if you're going to be spending the energy to hang around there, rather try and take full banana control. And if you're not able to take that control, fall back onto the B bomb side. We're only 6 rounds into this game, or in the 6th right now, and we've already seen DNMK lose a number of rounds where they've dropped players early on at the top banana. So it's not even like they're having a chance of mounting a proper B defense, because they keep on losing these players early on. So I'd like to see either DNMK commit completely and fully to the deep banana take from the beginning of the round, bring a 3rd player across from the A bomb side to add that extra bit of element of firepower and util, and once you've taken control, you post 1 player, or just, show early presence and then drop back onto the B bomb side, set up the crossfire, and force Energy to make the next move. It's not ideal. You don't really want to be giving Energy that space for free, but it's just not working out for them right now, setting up these crossfires at top banana. So I'd like to see them change the setup as Energy continue on the solid run here on the seaside of Inferno. About to win 5 of the 6 rounds played out so far. Putting some pressure on DNMK here, Reese.
Big time. And DNMK just doesn't, like you say, it just seems like they don't have the toolkit right now. They lose 3 rounds in practically the exact same way. And they've just got to be a bit more reactive there.
Oh, Mango. He doesn't realize he's a bit low.
They stopped with okay, so
yeah,
they got money. I mean, they're not too worried there. It is funny when you went down though. It is quite cool. But yeah, look, I think DNMK needs to be careful. Every round lost on this T side is punishment from Energy, and if you don't get into your flow state before the end of the first map, even with it being your pick, you've got to acclimatize before you get to that flow state, and it's just going to be more difficult the more they do this. They did bring a 3rd player in for the opening here of B, and it didn't really result in too much changing.
There we go. Okay. But you see now, they've spotted out, they've realized Energy are coming to contest, they don't have the weaponry. DNMK have opted to buy up again. They did have 3 players who saved in the previous round, but sometimes we'll still see teams save in these scenarios, whereas DNMK, they've plugged the holes with 2 MP9s, and they're going to try to do it here once again. And they are playing a bit more passively on B, though. As I said, it seems like they want to regress. They throw another neat banana top, another neat smoke top banana, rather, and they also throw a molly to complement it, but Energy with some good counter util meant that DNMK were kept at bay. Wow, DNMK relentlessly trying to take this fight. Kanye and the man. 2 players who... Oh, it's actually Nexus and Kanye, excuse me. Normally it's the man, his partner in crime. He finds himself over at the A-bomb side. Of course, I guess they want to split these MP9s, not have 2 MP9s on one side of the map. And Energy gravitating towards the say bomb site, where there are only 2 DNMK players right now, so this is looking like dangerous territory for the defense. If they get wrapped out from the apartments, they're in big trouble. Destroy does take down Divo, and that leaves the man in such a sticky situation. He'll win the first fight. Now he actually has some time to back off, but the player's wrapping around from Archway. Surely going to be taking him down. No Heartbreakers in saving grace. It's like Saving Private Ryan, where he's rattling off the shots with the Colt, trying to blow up the tank, and somehow the players die in front of his eyes, and now it's just Flexi left in the 1 versus 3. He is able to retrieve the bomb and might find the plancher at the bare minimum. I've seen Flexi do more with less, but they're going to rush him down. And although he gets a bomb plant, that's all it's going to be.
Yeah, a bit of a consolation prize there for him. DNMK pulls out a much better, cleaner round as well, which is going to help their economic situation considerably. They only have to do 2 buys now, so
yeah,
at least they'll get some economy going. But I mean, look at Energy. They just flush. They can do a full buy here, huge
I know.
util, anything they need, and DNMK needs to do it again before they
Yeah.
start to break them. And by that point, you're getting three round loss bonus. You're almost they're going to have one save. Like even if they lose,
I
they're
know
only going to
this
have
half
one
is
save in the next
looking like
3-4 rounds, man.
Looking like it could start to spiral out of control for sure. I agree. DNMK need to start stringing some together here to control the damage and then build themselves a platform on the CT side. Again, at the start of the round, the theme here for Energy is just get numbers in banana. Double nade comes through for DNMK, but neither of them on the mark. And the molly isolates the two players. The man can't exactly swing out if Kanye has to take a fight, but he'll be able to get out of dodge. So there we go. DNMK showing the presence and then just dropping back into the B-bomb side. I like this decision making from them. Now we shift over across to A. Heartbreak here. He's holding the angle on the edge of the smoke. He's going to throw smoke of his own here. So that tells Destroyed there's a player on the angle who's going to peek into the angle, and he gets destroyed by Heartbreak. So that's a nice start for DNMK in this all-important round. Yeah,
Oh, and PND.
Yeah, also with a nice shot there, catches off Heartbreaks. That's a big kill because it actually opens up the options now for this Energy team as they make their way forward. Divo looking to try and catch the trade, but he just catches a bullet as well. Now it's on Next. He's got the lineup, the spray down, 2 headshots to boot. The bomb's been dropped on the deck as well. And this round has been completely flipped on its head. Even though both of the Energy Esports players are on the A-bomb site right now, they're not just able to secure the plant as of right now, but some effective util usage will mean that Flexi can pick it up. And it's a 2 versus 3. Energy will have a crack at. The NMK with the advantage. They got the flashes, they got the kits, they got everything need to have a go at this one. Flexi hasn't been able to get off the bomb site, and PND, he only has 23 points of health right now. So this should be happening for DNMK. You can see the spacing is looking good from the 2 players making their way up short, but they're going to be isolated. No, they don't both check big pits at the same time. That means PND catches Kani off guard, and there's no response from the man. He swings out to the left side of the broken wall, and he lands another clean headshot. Energy, they don't even drop another single point of health in that 2 versus 3, Reese.
Huge round from PND, dude. 4K. He just... everything that Nexus did just became nullified by the prowess of PND. He pulls one through there. Flexi as well, at retrieving the bomb, he reminds me of a Skulk Burger retrieving the ball in the rugby. You know, he just collects it out of nowhere continuously. Nice nade at the top of mid. Actually doesn't do too much damage. It looked a lot closer through the scope. It almost landed on his head at the start of that round, but crazy good round, all things considered. Nexus puts it back in the realm of being won, but isn't able to pull it over the line, unfortunately, and it just looks like more of the same here. There is an AK retrieved by Heartbreak, and he's got work to do now as he gets pushed through lane. 3 Energy players to contest with, and PND is going to be swinging wide. He doesn't see him. He pulls out a nade, gets caught with his pants down and with his gun in his back pocket, and he gets killed. Now it's the man and Heartbreak left in a 2-on-1. Only Heartbreak with an AK. And it's Wipeout and Flexi, who are 2 of the better fragging power. You can't even say that with Energy. Everybody's just so good at fragging.
Yeah, doesn't matter what combo's alive. But the man, he's alive right now towards B, and he's been smoked off. So he won't be able to have much of an impact in terms of denying the plant. At least he's going to call Heartbreak to rotate through. He's coming up with the backstab from Banana, as Energy have secured yet another plant. Remember, this just started as an eco round for DNMK, so the fact that they actually have a chance of getting across the line here means that they've done some pretty good work, but this is a tough ask, especially considering the man's been brought down to 13. What a shot from Heartbreak! Oh my god, and the man lands the deagle as well! They don't have a kit, but they don't need a kit! Both of them just landing some quick fire headshots, and all of a sudden, the round is over. Man, that's going to be a tough pull to swallow, yeah. The choke spray paint is apt in this point in time, Mr. The Man. DNMK getting a round back of their own here, Reese, a round which Energy should not have lost. So there we go.
100%. They've still got to buy it though, so they've got to. They keep getting put in this position where you got to do it again, man. And Energy,
yeah, that's true.
Proving to be hard to just do it again and again. They haven't won 2 rounds in a row yet. Have DNMK, and 9 have already gone. Only 6 left in the half. I think if Energy get 2 more, they're going to be extremely happy with an 8-7 half, and they should set themselves up to take their pick.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, DNMK, they haven't been able to string 2 rounds together yet. And if that happens here once again, Energy are going to start to run away with this. I mean, to teams watching, I would actually even advocate for choosing to start on the T side if you play against this Energy team on Inferno. It's just, it lets them set the tone, it lets them set the pace, it lets them find their confidence and their footing. They get to get themselves into the game, but Kani gets a bullet into PND just holding the angle. I don't know, PND maybe trying to fake, maybe trying to bait the AWP shot out. Didn't really seem like there's much of a plan there. And some defensive util does come through from DNMK, but there's no CT smoke. I'm not sure why. Wipeout does have the smoke, and now it comes through, but Kani's punished them for their lack of discipline. And they're going to boost up here as well, which should be good for another kill at the bare minimum. And there we go, the man does find one. So this is a perfect situation for DNMK. They just keep chipping away at these Energy players. Destroyed behind. Family's going to get spotted out as well, but Heartbreak can't find the shots. So Energy's still trying to find their way into this. But as I say that, it's that should be the end of the round. Now just Destroyed left, fully blinded up. He's a dead man walking. DNMK string is second. And now they can start to mount a bit of a defense here, but get themselves a bit of a platform going on the CT side, Reese. I mean, the economy, that monolithic economy that Energy had a couple rounds back has been broken. And I think DNMK are going to be starting to feel better about this half after that round.
Definitely, they should have a gimme here, all things considered. We did see Energy pull across with a Tech-9 armor bar earlier, so definitely not to be underestimated. They're going for a B rush here, and they're getting destroyed by Util. Get absolutely beasted by that. Connie hits a disgusting shot through the wall with the AWP to take down one. He's going to re-aggress with the P250. Absolutely no respect from the man right now. He gets himself a 3K. Him and the man just shut down this B bomb site with emphatic fashion and pull that economy of their own out of the doldrums into a brighter future. Heartbreak with 12K on his name and 13 for 5. He's doing quite a nice carry over there.
Yeah, I also want to mention Kani, who's really started to find his footing over the past 2 rounds. I think he's got 5 or 6 kills in the past 2 rounds. So really starting to get into his own here with the AWP. Yeah, a couple of those previous frags in the round prior to this one. There were ego frags, but that's what you need when you're struggling, right? You just get a few more extra numbers in the column. And look at this from Energy. They're turning the burners on as they just forcefully aggress up top middle. Mango on short before Diver can even realize it. But there has been a response from Nexus. Once again, in a good position to trade. Andy drops back out, not taking any further fights or aggression. Perfectly played by the EGL here of DNMK. Taking the fights exactly as he should, but his teammates are dropping around him. However, there is still another play here in the same bomb site for DNMK. I don't think Energy are going to realize this is Heartbreak. Their backs are completely turned. He holds down the spray. Flexi, though, with the 180-degree pivot, will end up trading him out. But what a heroic double kill there from Heartbreak. Nearly finds the triple. It's just Kani left now against his former teammate Flexi. These two players played in the Energy roster along with one another for the longest of times. They traveled overseas. Very good friends, but now on the opposite sides, on the opposite team, on the opposite numbers, the 1 versus 1, Flexi drops the flash, but it doesn't affect him. Flexi is only 12 healthier. He has to land their headshot. Kani is bobbing and weaving, but the bullet's gonna land, and Flexi wins the 1 versus 3 clutch to pull his team out of the flames and secure them a round in which they had no right winning.
These tech or these save rushes from Energy are just super vicious, and Connie Flexi pulls out an absolutely miraculous round. That 180 catching the man in pit and then 180 to take out Heartbreak on the site. That was the round right then and there. I had a feeling that it might be just too good, man. He's so sharp right now.
Down to 12 health and you still had faith because you knew after you saw that sequence.
It's just too good. He's just too sharp right now. Now DNMK, they do have a full buy. They do have a double orb setup. They do have no more money, though, all things considered. The man is going to get one towards the top of B, and a bit of a misflash there, but it doesn't matter. Mango still manages to clean him up. They're in a 3v4, however, which definitely does favor DNMK.
Yeah.
A lot to play for in this round for them as well. If they win this, they completely break the backs of that DNMK economy, and they could even get a 10-5 half.
Yeah. A lot in the balance right now in this round. No money for either team. So as you say, big round. If Energy win this, it sets them on the course for a solid half. DNMK can also make this a solid half of their own. They can even win this half that this round is going to be a big one for them, and Kani continues to deliver with that AWP and the B-bomb side. Mango will molly him out though, so life's going to become very tough for Kani, but even tougher for Mango as he loses his teammate. Yeah, he'll get the kill, but that's a little consolation right now. Diver on the angle with 15 health, won't be taking any further fights. None necessary, of course. It's Mango who has to make the next move, and he's been legged, and he's not even going to be able to get out alive as well because Nexus is already top banana. So DNMK win that all-important round, secure themselves the 6th, and keep themselves in the hunt here. As I said, Energy's T side is certainly the stronger of the two halves here on Inferno. They can definitely do it on the CT side, but if DNMK, if they just find even a 7th round here, I think they're going to be very content with this half. Especially considering the fact that they were down, what? It was like 6-2 at one stage, 5-1, so they certainly have started to find their footing here, Reese, and making a half of this.
Definitely. Winning 4 of the last 5 rounds, much better for them. They don't have to completely destroy all of their economy over here. And Energy put in a position where they have to save for the last rounds of the map because they want that 8 as well. They definitely want that 8. Because it is their better half right now. And they found quite a lot of space here at the top of mid. And they're going to be walking... Actually, Heartbreak's actually looking over to the other side. They could get quite here and suddenly surprise him, which they do. And he manages to, they've actually opt, because they're so tightly clustered, to go towards B, which is a nice move from them because there's only 2 players over here. But the man, he's aware, he's been given the information, and he starts to rattle off shots and get in some significant damage. And as you say, the bomb has been dropped, and that is the round right there. They needed that to be able to get onto the bomb side, and going back for it is going to be horrific against the man. Wipeout does manage to get himself an orb,
the bomb, but go A.
They're both so low, Matt. 22 and 7 HP. If they pull this over the line, like, it'll be nothing short of a miracle.
The problem is that all of the CTs are in banana right now. Of course, Energy wouldn't have this information, but if they just took the bomb and hightailed their way to A, they would have a 3-2 versus 3 post plant. But now DNMK are starting to realize this, and Energy so precautious right now in trying to retrieve the C4. They know surely there's somebody here waiting, but because they've actually taken so long, DNMK have started to second guess themselves. They've sent 2 players back towards the A bomb site, so a bit of a window of opportunity here perhaps, but look at how low these Energy players are right now. Only 29 health between the 2 of them, and make that 22 now. Wipeout does find the plants, and he gets back to family, but Diver has a grenade, so this should be no chance in hell right now for Wipeout, and can't connect on any of his shots. So there we go. DNMK level up the scoreline 6, or rather 7-7, and give themselves a chance to win the half here. Look at Heartbreak, 16 and 6 right now, top of the scoreboard. The man as well, also plugging away with 11 kills. They've been doing a lot of work for DNMK, but everybody has, right? This has been a pretty well-rounded performance from both teams. Nobody lagging behind, and that's exactly what we want in such a high-octane match with so much on the line. The lower bracket semi-final here. Loser eliminated, winner top 3. 50,000 rand tournament, all to play for right now.
Ooh, and Heartbreak.
And he just carries on.
The 15th round, but just destroying PND on a bit of a drive-by AWPing there. Quite a nice shot, all things considered. Mango and Co are going to aggress into the ducky area, get themselves some space over here. They are playing into 3 CTs on this A bomb site, and none of them have taken a lick of damage yet. So it's going to be quite tough, I think, to push in here. I'm going to see if they are able to do it. They're also quite tightly clustered. There is Flexi, who's over towards the apps area, and they're probably going to wait out that smoke that's just landed in front of him before they look to push in. And it actually could work out well for them because the man in the interim is rotating over towards B, so at least it's not a 4-man stack that they're pushing into.
Yeah. 50 seconds left here. Energy biding their time, but now the execute starts to come through. All the useful raining in. Wipeout tasked clearing mini pits, and he does his job fantastically, but there's still a snake in the grass. That snake's name is Diver, but Wipeout just wipes DNMK off the server with a clean triple kill, all headshots as well. And that was a massive little individual sequence right there to get Energy back in this round. Big nade comes through, lands on his feet though, so it does drop into 35. DNMK, of course, going to be going for this one. Last round of the half here. Both of the players coming through from archers, but they run into Wipeout to receive the same treatment. It's an ace in the final round of the first half. Wipeout going to be feeling very good about that one. Big round there for Energy to win and secure themselves the half win. Bit of a mental high ground there as well.
Wipeout by name and Wipeout by nature, Matt. He just teaches them as he's walking in there. Just absolute precision. So now he's online as well. He had actually a little bit of a quieter round.
Yeah.
We normally see Mango and Destroyed and him towards the top of the energy scoreboards, but he was, as you say, just on a 9 for 10 until that point in time.
Yeah.
Smashes an ace, which is great. We do go for a little tech pause, seems like.
Yeah.
Probably P&D's net once again. I bet you money it's P&D's net.
Could be Flexi as well.
Is it?
100% could be
Okay.
Flexi. Both of them are regular culprits. So maybe
I
we
just
have to
want to
get a
call
bit of a
P&D
wager.
as
The thing
ISP
is
and be like, please, we're
P&D.
trying to broadcast here, man.
Yeah. So into the CT side we go. Big half here. Remember, we are on Energy Esports' map pick right now. Next, we go across to Dust 2. After that, Vertigo. So a strong map pool for DNMK, in my opinion. I think they're going to feel very comfortable about this map pool. Energy would have preferred to have had a nuke in there, perhaps, maybe a Mirage, but they have to deal with the cards that are dealt. And look at this aggression. Seems like they're going to be double peeking middle here, perhaps, just waiting for a push. But DNMK, they're using the same strat we saw from Energy. Just all players rushing up Banana, but they're going to be catching a massive grenade. Kani, though, catches Flexi. And that's certainly going to be making life a lot easier as they now take the bomb site with force. All 5 players assuming control. DNMK, or rather the man, also gets a lot of information there with that jump spot over towards top Banana. And he sees that Energy do have numbers, and they're going to be charging their way forward. All 4 players pushing, but the man, he aggresses his way out of the smoke, and he catches them off, and there's just a fantastic crossfire set up right now by DNMK. Energy pushing through the smoke, just trying to get into the bomb site, but dropping like flies as they end up on the other side. And DNMK pick up this all-important pistol round.
So they lose the first, they take the second. Both T sides winning their pistol rounds to start off their opening rounds momentum. And we're going to see a force actually from Energy. So inversely to DNMK, who played it safe and went for the third. They're gonna look to take this one here. And in a way, it's such a catch-22 round, isn't it, to do this? It's such a double-edged sword. You win, you're fantastically set up for round 3 and 4. You lose, you're horribly set up for rounds 3 and 4.
Yeah, exactly. I would have liked to have seen a bit more emphasis on utility, and that's what I say every single time when I see teams force on the CT side of Inferno. I think because the choke points are so narrow on this map, if you invest in a couple extra smokes, maybe even spend the money for a molly, you can try and push the round as deep and as late as you possibly can. And what that ends up resulting in is the Ts get very flustered and forced into making chaotic decisions. And that's where you can end up thriving with the pistols. So let's see if Energy can get this one done. They're on for a bit more of a standard setup. I mean, not that standard. They got the third player at B trying to preempt aggression there. Mango using his smoke. That'll buy some time, the vital time as well, because they need these rotations to come through thick and fast. But that's such a big kill from Diver over at B, because that just sort of keeps those Energy players over on that side of the map. Mango wants to make a play here above the smoke. He does spot Kani out, opting for trigger discipline though, but now he's missing his shots, and he is a dead man walking as that smoke starts to dissipate. Oh my god, he lands a second shot onto Heartbreak. Surely he doesn't have another one. He does. Nexus gives him time to reset. He can't find the shots on the angle. And somehow Mango has made it happen, bearing the fruits of life for his team. He leaves Flexi in a 1 versus 2 clutch situation. We've seen Flexi do these types of things before, Reese. He's already clutched this evening. With the scout, though, certainly not ideal. And he's going to be missing the shot on Divo. So DNMK, they keep themselves alive and they survive the scare.
Man, when Mango missed that first shot over the smoke, I was like, not like this. Not like this. And then he hits 3 from 1 mag after the fact. Absolutely sick. And actually makes a bit of a meal out of it, considering he keeps the DNMK economy a little bit lower, helps his team out with their economic ways, which are at least going to persist into the next round. Look at this from Destroyed, though. He goes right down mid, gets himself quite an advanced position here, and almost gets one for his trouble. Kani 4 whole HP on the after that. They get a kill.
Now, this is the difference in what we saw from Energy and we're seeing DNMK and their anti-eco runs. Just sort of a little bit more callous, a little bit more aggressive from DNMK. And it's left them in a bit of a spot of bother, yeah, I'd say. I mean, Kanye with only 4 health, and the man's already been brought down. DNMK don't have any map control to show for it either. They don't have apartments control. They don't have brackets control. They don't really have banana control either. So they're going to have to make a decision based off not much information. So Let's see if Energy can somehow make something crazy happen. They've still maintaining this double player setup towards top and honor. They only have $300 investments this round between the two of them. It's Flexi with the P250. He lands the thing, and unfortunately, PND tries to swing out. So there we go. Any hope in the world that Energy had behind them has now been lost. And it should be 10-8. DNMK getting themselves ahead here on Inferno. This would be a massive map win for them if they could get across the line on Inferno going into Dust 2. I mean, it would be a very big upset, I think, if DNMK beat Energy tonight, considering they've only had 2 days of practice and they haven't been able to play much as a team recently. So I don't know how you feel, but I think it would be a pretty big upset.
Definitely. This is Energy's map pick. They started off very well. They won 7 of the first 9 rounds. So they had the momentum until that round 9, and they've got to play from behind, and that's not how you want to do it.
Yeah.
They do have a bar coming up now. The DNMK guys will also be able to upgrade everything. All their rifles should be AK Galil sort of level at minimum, with full util complements. And we see similarly over on Energy side, quite a similar setup. Lots of util, which is nice. A couple of kits, or actually only 1 kit, which might come back to bite them. I like 1 per site at minimum, just so if the player does go down, you don't have to rotate a whole bomb site just to get a 5-second defuse.
Yeah, fair enough. Big round here for Energy, Reese.
Definitely, man. They're playing from behind. They need to break this early momentum. Losing the first 3, I think that force bar is coming back to bite them. Mango did do quite a bit of damage, but it just makes these rounds that much harder to get them across the line. And on the after of this, DNMK actually still has some money, whereas Energy's once again flat broke as a joke.
That's it. Leaves them in a precarious position if that does end up being the case. And it's not even like they have the AWP either, or the luxury of all those kits, as you mentioned. So another thing to point out is that NMK they do only have 2 AKs to play with in this round. They got 3 Galils as well, which means that if Energy can't win the round against this sort of concoction of weapons, how are they going to go up against the might of 5 AKs? We'll have to see them. I mean, sometimes that is just postulating a hypothetical, but something to consider. Big nade there comes through onto the man, bringing him down sub that 90 health mark, leaving him vulnerable to the one tap from the M4. Nexus, though, opens things up. That's a big kill in apartments, and oh my god, Kanye's found one as well. It's not just Mango left alive on the bomb side. How on earth does he make this happen? He spotted Nexus, but even though he brings him down to 18 health, Nexus still wins that gun battle. And the 2 B players have no option but to make their way back onto their lonely site with their tail between their legs. I love that gun round from DNMK. My word, they were so passive. They were patient. They worked together, sort of just casting a net across that area of the map, making their way forward, and the individuals win their gun duels. And it all starts off of that fight that Nexus wins. I think it's Flexi who plays apartments. I'm not 100% sure. Might have been Wipeout. It couldn't have been Flexi. So it was either Wipeout or Destroy. I think it's Wipeout. But anyway, point being, he wins that fight, and it forces the players on the A-bomb side to completely adjust their setup. You can see Mango starts frantically watching between shorts and apartments. Destroy also has to check both, and he gets caught from the archers, and you're pretty much never going to win the round when you're alone by yourself on the A side with 5 Ts converging on you. So great work there by DNMK. Nicely worked gun round. And now they start to mount some serious pressure on this Energy team.
11-8 goes DNMK. The really convincing round. And I mean, just looking at the scoreboard, they're all playing quite convincingly. While the man is the only one who's not on a positive KD, he's still got one of the highest ADRs in his team. Actually, he's got the highest ADR on his team. So even when he's dying, he's still dealing significant damage. And it's just starting to become a bit of a steamroll. 4 in a row now on their T side, which they were somewhat set up to play quite well in. Energy, I think, needed to do more with their T side, especially when they were so far ahead. And DNMK now showing us what they're made of when they can be all together. And they just open up with 2 more. Wipeout and PND go down.
All 5. Sorry, Reese, continue.
Sorry, hugely opened up map for them.
Yeah. And all 5 of these. I keep doing it. I keep thinking you finished. I'm sorry.
No. It's just that they keep doing things. And now it's just 2 left.
I know. Just the eco for Energy at least. But they're not really fighting the kills on the CC side right now. All 5 of these DNMK players are doing work though right now. All of them are finding kills. All of them are finding high impact frags across the map. In particular, of course, Heartbreak, who's 21 for 8 right now. Kani also 16 and 12. I think he was like 1 for 5 or like 2 for 6 at one stage. So his next 14 kills have come with 6 deaths as well. So he's definitely been getting into his groove here on Inferno. But as I say, everybody doing work right now for DMK, and it's looking like a fairly polished project. And remember, as I said before, this is Energy's map pick here on Inferno. The one map that they've sort of looked better than the rest on, and quite convincingly so. But DNMK is showing they do have frailties, and they're not unbeatable. So 12-8, and now we get into pretty much the first proper full gun round Energy I've had in this half. In the 6th round of the second half, they got the double AWP, they got full rifles, full util, kits across a couple players as well. And if they lose this round, then they're going to be seriously starting to question where they stand on this map in this particular series.
Heartbreak, just living up to his name and breaking their hearts, their wills, and their faces with a 22 for 8. He's just going absolutely ham right now. Great util damage as well. Actually, that is something just to note, is how high the DNMK util damage is. They've
great
obviously
point.
been polishing these setups. I mean, 3 of their players have over 200 damage, dude.
Yeah.
Well, 214, 170, and 271. And even a player like a Davo, who's more of a impact player, has got 129. So they're doing very well in that, and honestly, it's converting a lot of their when they're behind, it's converting a lot of rounds. And PND and Destroy just struggling a little bit right now to get off the mark. Mango opens things up though for Energy. That's much better setup for them. They've been in this position before and lost, but 4 players over towards the A bomb site. The NMK might be pushing into a big trap here.
Yeah, I think that was slightly overambitious from Heartbreak. He didn't really have any teammates to support him in that part of the map as he took the peak. Destroyed also takes down the man, so this is a much better defense as Energy chip away at DNMK before they start getting to the bomb site. PND posted top banana as well, and he even goes for the repeat. Balls of steel, mad amount of confidence. He lands a great shot onto Divo as well, and Energy, they're going to win the round, keeping 4 players alive, and that's going to be giving them a nice boost here on the CT side. Confidence, morale, economy, scoreline, you name it. They're going to be feeling great after that round, but they have to string a couple together now as well. A lot of money still in the DNMK camp, but what I liked was they found the kills before DNMK had the chance to execute. As I said, maybe a little bit overzealous there from Heartbreak. He's feeling himself, and it's always good to play towards your instincts and be confident, but sometimes you got to know where the line is as well. 12-9.
That's something you only want to learn once, man. Opening things up with the kill.
No, Sean.
Why did they repeat?
He was feeling it. Oh, and Kani gets one as well. My god, this round has spiraled out of control. Destroyed. It's the only player here left. Oh, and he gets destroyed through the smoke. What on earth has transpired in this round? As you said, the repeat has cost Energy dearly. It's just Mango left now in the 1 versus 5, and he's going to be just trying to save his weapon. There's no money in the bank for Energy though, Reese. 13-9 with Energy firmly on the back foot here on Inferno. Mango is going to be hoping he can activate his overkill perk so he can carry 2 rifles at once, but he has to find the second one for that even to be a possibility. And even then, he still can't. Oh, okay. Can do some damage at least, but this is fine from DNMK. They can commit everything they've got to find this kill. That's okay. They lose 3 players. It doesn't matter. It's worth it.
And they've got huge money. They've lost 1 round. They've gotten the whole Monopoly board. All the good properties belong to them. And Energy keeps landing on hotels and getting taxed to the nth degree. 13 for 9 now on their map pick. And it's just DNMK in the driving seat. Look at Energy's buy. What do they do with that? They've got to just hope and pray they get in some really good early damage, which they do. Start off onto Connie. He takes 80 for his trouble, but the man in Davo are just relentless in B. You can't keep repeating them here. And they just get another one. Yeah. It just falls apart before it even starts.
Again and again and again. It is the eco round for Energy at least, but my word, I'm just looking at these past few rounds, right?
Ooh.
Excluding the round that Energy won, Energy have only gotten 9 kills in this half, Reese. Besides the 1 round they've won, they've only got 9 kills in 8 rounds. So that speaks volumes as to exactly how dominant DNMK have been on this T side. Big work coming out of them. Big upset right now here on Energy Esports' map pick. And if they can win this round, they pretty much secure themselves the map because Energy have no money left to buy up in the next, even though they've got full round loss bonus behind them. On the CT side, that doesn't warrant a full buy. Energy, they've got the rifles, no AWPs, but they have the machine guns to take these fights in the util. And it just kind of feels to me like it just keeps feeling like Energy are about to win in the round and get back into it. But DNMK, they're showing their worth here on Inferno. As I said, a map that they're very comfortable on. They're doing work right now, Reese. They're doing work.
Huge work. Connie and Heartbreak just absolutely popping off. It's nice to see a 10-year coin at the top of the scoreboard. Some Budley power in the hood. Connie's having pretty much the best game we've seen him play so far as well, which definitely helps things out. The man taking contact here out of Boiler, though. He gets the first kill onto Mango. Energy is going to be lamenting that. Now they have to rotate around, and it just seems like DNMK have their number. And after that over-peaking round that they had two rounds ago, I just kind of feel like they're out of this map. They just seem to be a bit disconnected from everything that's going on, and DNMK continually making the right calls, but Destroyed not the one to give up. He's got one, and Wipeout gets another. Connie and Heartbreak with trades though, and it should be round over here. It's 2 Energy players left to rotate in. They don't have any util really. 1 flash. They do have a kit, which will help.
But look at Heartbreak. Look at Heartbreak. He's already in position.
Just catches them with their pants down. 15-9.
Completely. What an amazing round from DNMK. Energy, as you say, just getting frustrated, trying to make plays, trying to force the issue, getting aggressive, but DNMK punishing them. They're hitting their shots right now, taking control. Again, though, it's just Mango takes that early fight. He gets picked off. There's no chance for a trade, no chance for any further response from Energy. And this is sort of something that I've noticed on their CT sides in the couple games that I've cast already. They seem to get a little bit over-aggressive on an individual basis, lose their life, and it leaves the team in a precarious position as a result. So I think they need to be a little bit more cohesive and adopt a bit more of a passive approach on the CT side. Having said that, right now, they've got a very aggressive crossfire setup at top middle. DNMK, they've been effective in their util usage so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do use that to try and gain the control once again, but Nexus by himself isn't afforded such a luxury. And finally, Energy start the round off with the frag that goes untraded. But at Heartbreak, he does trade it elsewhere as he takes down Wipeout. But majority of the forces are over in Banana right now for this DNMK team. And PND is on the opposite side of the half wall. Yeah, the flashbang comes through, but oh my god, the players just hold down mouse button 1. And they're taking down. There's only 1 player left on this B bomb side, and he's been taken down by the man as well. DNMK are doing it. It's a 4 versus 2. They have full control of the B bomb side, and they are about to close out Inferno here in the lower bracket semi-final on Energy's map pick. Unless the brothers Mango and Destroyed can make something magical happen, channeling that Smith energy. The first is found by Mango, but he's still being flanked by Heartbreak, and Divo's on the angle here. But Destroyed, he has taken out the Mango catches Heartbreak, his 6th sense tingles. That's all of a sudden come down to a 1 versus 1. Destroyed is in the clutch. He taps the bomb. Diver on the angle. He's going to edge his way out. He lands the shot. He lands the shot to secure the map. And DNMK, they get the job done on Inferno. Emphatically at that, they win 16-9 on Energy's map pick. Energy are only able to find a single round on the CT side. The T side was just too dominant from DNMK. What a great performance from them. Really, that was a lights out map from DNMK. I'm very impressed by what I just saw from them.
Yeah, DNMK, no asterisks. Do not play with these guys. They absolutely shredded that T side. It was beyond dominant. It was a bit of a backhand, if anything, to Energy. This is your map pick, and we take you down 16-9. When it was 7-2, I just didn't see that happening, Matt.
I know, me neither, Reese. That's such a good point. It was 7-2 or like 6-2 at one stage. That means Energy only win another 3 rounds, while DNMK win 14. Like, 14. If you look at it in that context, there was like a landslide. DNMK destroyed them. not very impressed by what I saw from Energy in that series. After they were ahead, it looked like they started to rest on their laurels and they started to be overconfident. They weren't playing nicely and cohesively as they were in those first couple of rounds. Started to be a bit more loose and flamboyant, and they were being punished. Heartbreak was punishing them on the angle. It's not even like DNMK started to do anything special. They were just holding their angles and landing their shots and punishing Energy for their transgressions. So fantastic first map there from DNMK here. In the lower bracket semi-final, losers eliminated. Winner goes into the top 3. They'll play against either Goliath Gaming or ATK next week, Tuesday, in the lower bracket finals. This is a massive game, guys, is what I'm trying to stress right now. 50,000 Rand prize pool here in the Evesports EGL One 2020 main event. And we have just had a first map from the ages, certainly just of the situation right now. But Reese, I think maybe we should take a short break, and we'll be announcing a nice giveaway as well once we return from that short break. So everybody, don't go anywhere. We're going to be taking a 5-minute breather. Once we return, we'll have Dust 2. Our DNMK going to be closing out 2-0. Our Energy going to be taking us to a third map and fighting back on a map that historically they haven't looked very good on. All to play for, guys. Make sure you join us, and we'll see you in a couple. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the scintillating matchup between DNMK Esports and Energy Esports right now. We just came off the back of quite a big upset as DNMK won map number 1, Inferno, picked by Energy, a map that they've been so convincing in recent times. DNMK here in the lower bracket semi-final are ahead 1-0 going into Dust 2, Reese, which is a map that Energy haven't looked great on. So everything pointing to a potential upset here. It could even be a 2-0 win. DNMK on the cusp of making something big happen here and securing themselves a top 3 finish of this event, which they would have snapped your arm off if you offered that to them a couple of weeks ago, considering they were playing with BNY in a few of their matches. They didn't have any practice opportunities. So, I mean, the fact that this team could secure top 3 must be a massive deal to them.
Well, I'm glad they didn't snap my arm off, Matt. Let me tell you. Let me tell you that.
Well, good thing you didn't offer it to them, Reese.
No, exactly that. And yeah, I think, like you say, Energy is in a lot of trouble. This is not the same team we saw pitched up against ATK, that's for sure. They were absolutely every single person was firing on all cylinders from the get-go, and with having Mango has been traditionally your best player having such a slow start,
yeah,
that's not how you want things to open up. And then inversely on DNMK side, it's usually Davo who's topping the scoreboard, but Heartbreak was like, no, it's my time now, and he pulls out an absolutely stellar map with a 27 for 11 at the end of a 16-9.
Wow.
So a kill every round at minimum. Huge damage also being done by the man continuously. DNMK, they're in the driving seat now, 100% going into Dust 2.
I mean, as I mentioned, a map that Energy haven't looked great on. We've seen them. I think I've casted 2 games now of Energy on this Dust team. Of this new Energy team on Dust 2. The one was the ESEA semi-final. Actually played against DNMK, where the Valorant player BNY was standing in. And DNMK beat Energy in overtime, Reese. I think it was actually in overtime. It was like 16-14. It was a very close game. So, and that was with BNY and not Divo. And then after that, we saw Energy playing against Royalty last week, Thursday. And Royalty picked us too, and they won the map as well. And I think it was like a 16-10 victory on this map. Yeah. And the CT side on both occasions for Energy has not been great. So that's why I say we could be on the cards for a 2-0 upset here for DNMK, which would be a massive result for this team. And Energy, they're going to have to fight their way through this one, Reese. We saw how good Mango looked last time we saw him out against Royalty. Again on Dust 2 as well against Royalty in particular. He was fantastic, but we're going to need to see more than just Mango. And he also didn't pitch up on the previous map. So a lot of question marks around this Energy team right now. And it's reaching do or die. They need to win here on Dust 2, go to Vertigo, win there as well, which historically is actually not 2 maps that you associate with the Energy Esports name in 2020. They haven't played much Dust or Vertigo at all. So they're going to have to do it in one of the harder runs as well, or one of the harder fashions. So let's see.
For sure. And DNMK, just to add to your point on Vertigo, is that map that they played there against Royalty. They were even memeing some rounds and still winning those rounds. So it's like going to be, if it gets there, it's almost guaranteed DNMK win, right? Like I even edited their highlight reel from that map, and it was like 70% of that highlight reel is DNMK popping off on Vertigo. So just really difficult for them to climb up this mountain that's in front of them right now. But Matt, you have a task in front of you.
Yes. Just need to get out of CT spawn right now because they're doing the worst. They're shooting their teammates in heads with negatives. There's 3 people shooting 1 guy. I mean, that's...
Just hit mine. Connie's nicely AFK over in spawn.
Mute my game, and I probably don't unmute it for the rest of the match. Anyway, so guys, let's jump into the giveaway that we have tonight. We're going to be giving away a clutch mouse pad courtesy of Evesports, 800 by 400 millimeters. It's everything you need and more as well, thick as you like. And yeah, that's what we're going to be giving away. So type EGL One in chat, one word, spell out the number 1 as well. So it's just EGL-ONE, no spaces. That's going to enter you into the giveaway. If you subscribe to the channel as well, you receive a second entry courtesy of Evesports. So yeah, if you want to increase your chances, it seems like the logical thing to do. Get your chats going, and we'll be drawing the giveaway winner sometime towards the end of the second map. make sure that you are from South Africa if you enter this giveaway. And secondly, if you're not here when we announce your name as the winner, we're going to be drawing somebody else. So make sure you hang around for when we announce that winner of the giveaway. There we go. I think I got it all.
Yep, 100%. And
perfect timing
for the pistol round.
There we go. Energy Esports starting things off on the CT side, DNMK on the T side. And we are potentially on the cusp of something big here, guys. DNMK just won the first map, 16-9. It was Inferno. And they won 14 of the last 17 rounds as well. But that's in the past right now as we go into the present. Energy start things off with the first blood as PND finds Nexus. But he was just sort of a lurker on the opposite side of the map. Majority of the forces are making their way up long right now. Destroyed's gotten himself into Gandalf, and PND is taking some of the bait. So this is just an opportunity for Destroyed to pounce and maybe find a frag for free. Energy with the one-man advantage will be making this retake happen, but there's also a big flank coming through from Heartbreak right now. So he's going to be hoping for some time to be bored from the man. Peeks up from the car, landing headshots. He gets a kill. Destroyed finally trying to activate. Oh my god, that's a 90 degrees pivot. He goes back to the bombs and he takes on Kanye as well. How is it ended up in this position? What? Finds Divo. And the 2 versus 4 goes the way of Energy Esports. My word. Some very clean headshots. Destroyed was missing everything. But then all of a sudden he gets his gauge going. He zeroes in his crosshair. He lands that first headshot onto Heartbreak coming up from short was phenomenal. But then he pivots 90 degrees back to the site and he lands that other crispy headshot. And let me not disparage the hard work by Wipeout as well, because he also did a fantastic job in that round.
If you're wondering why he doesn't have a 2K on his scoreboard, he took down Flexi in amongst the flow.
Okay.
So there was a TK even. So he switched sides momentarily and then came back over to the CT side just in time by the looks of things. And it's a force bar from both teams. There was a bomb plant, so they opt to go for it. And so far, the trades favor Energy quite heavily. Yeah. There's basically 2 full kills. Destroyed is low himself, but he's only on an MP9. He doesn't have a FAMAS or the M4, so they're probably not looking for him to do too much more. He's sort of done his job, and now he's just eyes and ears. And it does look like DNMK are going to be opting to push through this mid-doors area, and they've got 2 men to compete with. It's the brothers Destroyed and Mango. So what can they do? Mango does see the first one. He does manage to get the kill. The nade actually picked up a kill there in the interim, and he does do some significant damage. Heartbreak on 24. Divo now on a whole 51. Nexus with a dig and no armor. This is looking quite dire for round 2 on DNMK, and losing the force is absolutely terrible. Even with the 2-round loss bonus, you're not going to be able to buy in the next one.
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing really going the way of DNMK in the onset of this round. At least as you say, they've got the kill. But how do they get into this B bomb site, considering how low a few of their players are? Wipeout with the M4 as well. All he has to do is focus on Upper Dark right now. Diver just walks into his crosshair, and this should be an easy cleanup for Wipeout, considering how low both those players are. And Energy Esports, they win the round, keeping 4 players alive as well. So perfect start to this map, considering the position they find themselves in right now. This is a very calm Energy team, Reese. There's not many emotional players. In fact, no incredibly emotional players in this team. No one's going to be very flustered. They've been in these positions before, and just because it's Dust 2 doesn't mean that their fate is set. They can definitely fight their way through this and take us to a third and close the series out for there. So it's not done and dusted just yet, but lots of work to be done here for Energy. They know they'll be capable of it. They'll have the belief. DNMK, they're going to have the fire in their bellies as well to close this game out. Both of these teams giving it everything they've got right now. Let's get as many people watching this as we can. Send the link to your friends. Let's get as many eyeballs on this game as we possibly can, because this is going to be a feast of Counter-Strike as we go into the rest of the evening. A mere eco round for DNMK. Please try and find some economic damage. That would be the most ideal thing for them right now.
Flexi adds some to their woes by taking down the man. One of their better shining stars. And PND is going to be tested here by the looks of things. They're not giving up the short push at where they want to go. And here it comes. Now PND drops some util and he's going to look to reaggress, but they're going to take the fight right up to him. Nexus manages to finish them off with the P250. A bomb plant here is huge. Oh, Destroyed with a nice shot onto Heartbreak. He was trying to take him from short. They should take this retake, but every single bit of damage that DNMK gets out is massive. And now it's just Carney left though in a 1-on-4. Flexi's the only one who's truly low that he could quite easily take down, and he's not going to peek. The bomb's not planted for him either. Wipeout's going to clean him up before Mango can come in with the backstab, and they get a relatively clean round. But
yeah,
DNMK net themselves a bomb plant, and now their buy is bolstered by an extra couple $1,000 US.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be substantiating the buy here. Allows them to pick up the AWP, AKs across the board. And it's the first full gun round here of Dust 2, an opportunity for DNMK to make a bit of a statement. And look at Energy. They don't really have much to... Oh my god, Mango. Oh my god. Okay, Heartbreak. That's a scout destroying an AWP. Not ideal at all of a start to the round here for DNMK, this all-important gun round. But... my point was, look at the buy for Energy. Even though they've got such a good start, it's 2 Famouses, a Scout, and 2 M4s against this full gun round of DNMK. So if DNMK lose this round, that's going to be a pretty big event. And we still got Mango on the cross. Okay, he tags up Kani, but he can't compete with the might of the AWP that Kani possesses. So although he gets tagged, he does bring it back into a 4 versus 4. They're going to try to push through mid doors, but they find Destroyed. He's good for 1 as well. But this is some decent trading for DNMK. Considering the round that this way started, they've actually been able to engineer themselves into position where they find themselves ahead. As we always talk about, even numbers is an advantage for the T's. And I actually really like this decision as well, as they group themselves up in upper dark. And they know that surely there's only one player contesting the B bomb side from the CTs. And in fact, he's starting to work towards middle as well. So this is a big opportunity that DNMK find themselves faced with right now. Wipeout. Venturing back into B. The timing's going to be there for him to spot the legs out. Oh, he lines them up and knocks them down. It's just Kani left now in the 1 versus 3. He has his AWP trained, but Wipeout's done his job, and he's not going to be giving away any further opportunities. Oh, he's been winged. And now they know where Kani is. So, should be round over. Oh, nice shot there from Kani, actually. Surely he doesn't get another one here. I mean, only 12 seconds left. This should be a dead and buried round. Even if he commits to the plancher, surely they force the issue. In fact, both of them are going to push. He's baited them into it. He doesn't land the shot necessary. So, Energy, go 4-0 and win this gun round. Where, as I said, the anecdotal weapons of the Famouses and the Scout, they still win it.
Very expensive round for them, though, all things considered, losing 4 players, or 3 players at least, sorry. But that's their worst loss so far. So, they're not going, or loss of players at least, so they're not going to be too hard-pressed on that. And now DNMK emptying out the very ends of their piggy banks. They're going to go look towards long, and Onikia could get it. Oh, it's Heartbreak actually, but he doesn't manage to get too much done. Oh, and P&D gets another one, which just makes it that much harder. Now it's just Kani left in a long position, and he's going to get taken down by Flexi through the smoke. There's 2 players pushing in short, but they haven't checked close. Oh, and Destroyed gets another one for free. He does get traded by Nexus, but it's a 3-on-1. Bomb is dropped long, and they know Nexus is going to be pushing towards short. Mango is here to support, so Flexi can get his behind out of a bother. And Wipeout's going to be pushing up short. Over here, which should be the end of the round. Nexus is getting himself into an interesting position over here. Wipeout should have the info though. He's going to be jumping around and going back towards long. Nobody is peeking. Nobody's over peeking, which I really like. Mango just pushed back. There we go. So he sets up an easy one, and that's a 5-0.
Nice start. So we've seen a couple fights towards long in the early stages of this round. It's going to be a big theme of this entire map, even when they swap halves. Basically, who's going to be finding more success towards long, who's going to be winning those early gunfights. Both of these teams put heavy emphasis on securing long control on both of the halves. So we're going to be seeing a lot of fights there. Often you'll even see 3 players from the CTs stacking up there in consecutive rounds, and the T's sending 4 players out as well. So we'll see a lot of these rounds determined in the first 15 seconds by who wins the long fight. And if you can consistently win those fights in the early stages of the half, you really force the T's into an awkward position, because they need to now start re-exploring their other options. Their first choice hasn't worked. And when you force teams to, do things that aren't more natural or as natural as their standard setups, that's when you can force them into some frailties, into some mistakes. So who's going to win this long fight? I'm really keen to see how it's going to be playing out. DNMK with just an eco though. A couple upgraded pistols. Mango misses the shot. He's going to get charged down here by Heartbreak as he baits out another shot. Nothing connecting right now. His teammate Destroyed had to call out, and Heartbreak's continuing to surge forward. He's dinked down Flexi as well, but the might of the rifles are standing tall in the defense.
Destroying Flexi, clean that up after a double miss. Very uncharacteristic double miss from Mango. Look at Wipeout. He's actually gotten in behind him. If he only knew what we did, he would be looking towards short only. But he's still got himself a good position. It's just Connie and Davo left. Both of them quite low. Davo does have armor, no head armor on him though. So any one shot, headshot should do the trick.
Okay.
Wipeout. Is he going to get support? He doesn't even need it.
Oh god, yeah, that got a little bit dicey for a second there. DNMK just needs to start fragging. That's the bottom line. They're doing the strats. They got decent form and structure, but now they need to start hitting their shots. Nobody above 3 kills in these opening 6 rounds. Another full gun round, AWP on Heartbreak, full AKs, util, everything they could ask for. Energy starting to muster up a bit of a bank there. They've got enough money now in the reserves to secure themselves a full buy regardless of what happens in this round. So that's going to be giving them a nice bit of a buffer. And notice how Energy, they send 3 players again towards long in the early stages and then drop back. But DNMK, they're actually countering this with a fast mid play. This is the perfect response to when teams are putting so many CTs towards long. Is if you try and take quick mid control, you can sometimes catch them off guard, but Energy have really gotten in position, and Mango's already found a frag with the AWP, which has sort of forced DNMK back a little bit. So it's Energy who gained the first upper hand here in the 7th round.
Does seem to be some anti-stratting going on as well. Their positioning is specifically set up for certain pushes, isn't it, Energy? And their util usage as well. I mean, Connie hasn't even seen an enemy player and is on 4% HP. That's ideal, all things considered, for Energy. I mean, Destroy's taken 19 damage so far this round. They've gotten a kill, done 94 to one player, another 35 over towards Davo. There's an AWP still in play. I mean, Connie's been relentless with that, especially on the last map. PND, the sole player, looking towards short now. This is work cut out for him, all things considered. Connie's going to go with a slow peek here, which could lead to the kill. It doesn't quite. And now the jig is up. They've got to now look to push in. And they do manage to take down PND on long, which is going to be a lot better for their round potential. They plant now for short. And there's 3 players in towards the side, 1 on short. So that at least they do have control of that area. But the people in Goose need to keep themselves alive. And that's how you do it. Heartbreak. You take down straight with a nice clean headshot. Oh, and he hits a second one on
There
Mango.
we go.
On Flexi, putting the responsibility all on his shoulders, and he gets himself a 3K. And that should be the round. Wipeout's going to have to jam.
And I mean, it actually was Energy who had the advantage, right? Because it was Mango. I think he found the opening pick and run with the AWP, and they forced the NMK back. It seemed like Energy knew exactly what was going on, but it was one mistake after the next that sort of led to their demise. When you saw, unfortunately for PND, he's actually making the right decision there to drop the molly on the site, but because he just holds W for like half a second too long, he overextends slightly and he ends up in the crosshair. And if he stays alive there, I think that round goes very differently. So big round from Heartbreak to find all those kills to open things up for his team. Was that a triple kill in the round or even a quad kill for him? I'm not sure, but regardless, big impact. And now Energy have had to expend what was left of their economy. So DNMK, if they win this one, they can certainly start getting themselves back into this half. It's early days yet.
And now 6-1 lead for Energy though. Wipeout on a 9-for-1, Destroyed on a 9-for-3. Much better from him. Flexi continuing his form from the last map. Now he's got backup.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at that. Through the smoke, Davo and the man eat it. And
that's so unfortunate.
Quick 3v5, man.
Okay. I mean, the thing is DNMK, they try to go for the late long take, hoping that Energy would have just posted one person there, but Energy have... They still kept 3 players there waiting for the fight to come through, so they have the numbers to deal with the aggression. As you say, Kanye at least able to get a kill to bring things back more into a little bit more into even keel. But still a man advantage for Energy, and if they win this round, they continue to pile the pressure on DNMK. So a lot to play for here for both of these teams. Yes, DNMK do have enough money to buy up again, so it's not the be-all or end-all just yet. As they start edging their way towards this B-bomb site. Oh, Kani doesn't hit the shot, so Wipeout's able to continue to defend this B-bomb site. He's by himself for the time being. There's rotations coming through from Destroyed, and he has arrived, but Heartbreak continues to do damage. Kani desperately needs to find this trade right now, but it's Nexus who takes down the Rotator, and Kani does take down Destroyed. So a quick flurry of frags for DNMK means that they are in the advantageous situation right now. 2 versus 1 in the post plant. Reese, this has been a nice turnaround from DNMK again. when they end up in these precarious situations, these awkward positions, they group up as a unit and they try and hedge their bets with numbers. And Kani with a big round there. Went down to a 5v3 towards long, but he picks up a triple kill. And very high impact frags at that as well.
I really like the little move he pulled there as well. He shoots the AWP off, so Destroyed relaxes, thinking there's no danger, and he comes streaming out with the P250.
Yeah.
He gets the double dink. Like, huge round from him. He pretty much won that almost solo, all things considered, getting that 3K, sets up the B site, and they clutch it out from there. Nice 2 in a row for them as well. They've successfully broken the momentum of Energy, and you can see it now with their buy. They have nothing really to work with. Pindi goes down long to the man for no damage in return. That's a nice opening for them. Nice advantage. They just need to be a little bit more cautious here, which they are being by the looks of things. Davo gets another one. Not for free though. He does take a bit of damage. Destroy gets one through the double doors. So now it's just a 1v4 though, because the man is waiting for Flexi as he's trying to push out long. So this should be an easy one now.
Yeah. I mean, remember, this was 6-0 at one stage with Energy with control of the economy, right? 3 rounds have completely changed the complexion of this half. I mean, it's going to be 6-3. DNMK are starting to find their footing and get some momentum now as well. And I think Energy are not going to be as... Yeah, maybe that's a bit preemptive. I won't go there just yet. Still early days. They got the AWP now. They've got enough money to buy up. Let's see what they make happen in this round. Big round. Flexi, you need armor. There we go. Flexi gets armor.
He heard you, obviously.
So DNMK, yeah, they've got the comms on his side. The fight towards long once again. The man just swings out completely blind without a fear in the world. And Kani also there to take the fight. Kani finds a second. And for the first time, we see Energy or Energy losing the fight. And DNMK winning the fight towards long. And they win it emphatically as well. And that's what I said. The round is over before it's even begun, Reese. How on earth do Energy fight their way back into this? It's Mango by himself. They know exactly where he is as well. He's surrounded. And there's not much you can do about that when a bullet flies through the smoke.
That's 4 in a row now, and 2 in a row with them keeping 4 players alive. Look at their economic standpoint. They're going to be able to buy quite comfortably, at least for the next 2 or 3 rounds, win or lose. And inversely, it's nothing but economic woes over at Energy side, and I'm suddenly getting big flashbacks of Inferno. This was more or less how things started over there. They start with this huge momentum, and then DNMK acclimatizes and start to just destroy them back. That's a much better start, all things considered. They managed to get 2 on the eco. This is
questionable.
Yeah, a bit of an overplay there from DNMK.
Absolutely. You're in an anti-eco, you've won 4 consecutive rounds. Why do you feel compelled to take such aggressive long control? You've already got the weaponry advantage, and they lose another, spiraling out of control for DNMK right now. They're gifting themselves up on a platter to Energy. Kani again, the man of the moment right now, still doing work here. As DNMK have secured mid-control at least as they make their way on towards the B bomb side. Kani not hitting the shots. Mango is, however, with the Desert Eagle. Surely this is unclutchable for Kani. Oh my god, he's somehow making it happen. He doesn't realize that Flexi's pushed through the smoke as well. Kani's got some sort of a guardian angel behind him right now. Flexi on the angle's been baited out. Kani destroys him with the Tech 9. He's turning this into a potential ace clutch right now. He's spotted Wipeout out, and he shoots him through the wood as well, bringing him down. He sees Wipeout, he's mollied him off. Kani making the plays right now. He's retrieved the bomb, and you can see Wipeout, he desperately wants to keep Kani in the vicinity. He doesn't want to allow him to get away because he knows then Kani's just going to surge onto the A side. Wipeout being disciplined, hanging around. He catches another bullet, brought down to 3 health. Kani, the man, the experience, the firepower, all coming together to combine to make this clutch a reality. Gonna get the plants at the bare minimum here. Trust me, his heart's beating at normal rates right now. It's Wipeout who's gonna have his heart in his throat and a brain in his head. Oh, a brain in his head. Not anymore after that bullet's removed it. Oh, what a clutch from Kani. Classic Trevor. Absolutely classic.
Flexi should have finished that off though, all things considered. He really... He fluffed that, to be fair, and... Kani capitalizes. He turns around, manages to get the kill. Wipeout isn't there for the crossfire. And we're going to have to do a quick little reset. But what a round. Ace
Yeah.
clutch. It's the second one we've seen actually in this series.
I'm happy that we get a bit of a break here, Reese, so we can just regather ourselves,
Breathe.
get the composure back as well. Because that was such a big let off. Oh man, 5 versus 2, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And
Well, 2v4, 2v4.
was it a
And
2v4?
it
And I
was a
was like
2v4 and it was a
questioning the antics
1v3.
there from DNMK, the way they take that fight towards long, which I still stand by. Not necessary in your anti-eco, but then just Kani turns the BD players on and it goes absolutely nuclear. You could just see he wasn't afraid of taking any fights. Normally, when we see teams in those like 2v4 positions, the players become super timid. They become really scared. They overvalue their lives. They don't want to take any fights. He just swings the player in CT. Even when the player has the angle, he re-peaks him. Tech 9 in hand. Didn't even make a difference. And then he goes back. He takes down Flexi. That was the kill, right? When he finds Flexi in that 1v2 and turns into the 1v1, that's where it's like, cool, he's won the round now. Because even though Energy found 4 kills, there was no guns accessible to Wipeout, so he still just had the Desert Eagle. And Kani held all the aces. Huge round there. And Energy, at least they do economic damage. But Kani's got 15,300 right now. And again, we're going to be seeing the long fight play out, Reese. No. Energy think better of it. Oh my god. Nexus.
I much prefer this, though, from Energy just to withdraw and play the long angle with the AWP. There's a counter AWP in the pit. Actually, no, it's Heartbreak who's at the top of mid. So the bomb is going to look to move up towards A, but I'm still reeling from that Connie round, man. It's a bit disgusting, all things considered.
Absolutely.
And Energy lose 5 in a row after taking 6 in a row. So this momentum shift is huge. And even though everybody goes down on Energy side, they've been clever with their money. And it's literally only Heartbreak who doesn't have much. But Connie is so loaded right now, it's irrelevant. He can buy 3 times over.
Absolutely, and I also want to say before this exit comes through that in normal sense, I'd say it's fine if this happens to Energy where they go up 6-5 and then they lose, or go up 6-0 and they lose 5 rounds, but considering what they just came off the back of Inferno, their mental state's not going to be in the prime condition right now. This could lead to them starting to get a little bit flustered. Destroyed, pushes through the smoke to catch DNMK off guard, and he does so successfully. The bomb's also been dropped in a bit of an awkward position. Another smoke there for them to try and get it across at least, so should be a post plant at the bare minimum here for DNMK, but TND on the angle, he misses his shot. Bomb plant still hasn't come through here for DNMK. Time's ticking. We're down at that 14-second mark. The player in Goose has the bomb as well. He's going to throw it across, but the frags are found. It's just Kani left now, and they know exactly where he is. So, oh, he doesn't even finish the plant. Energy Esports finally winning a round here, and they seem to make it look easy. So, guys, in the middle of the scintillating series, I think it's a good opportunity for us to roll the giveaway. And we got a timeout as well, so it is indeed the perfect opportunity. Let's see who's going to be taking home that clutch mousepad courtesy of Evesports. Thanks for joining us and supporting the stream, guys. Cahill, oh, it couldn't be anybody better and more deserving. My God, he deserves it. I hope you haven't bought any mousepads recently, Shizzy, because this one's a banger. And so even if you have, I'm sure you're going to be replacing it. Congratulations, big man.
Mr. Cahill coming in, sneaking one out here. He does have to, I think I'm hoping he's still in PE. I'm going to say he's still in PE.
Oh, in PE, okay.
So he has to still live in PE after the fact. So maybe it's a nice little consolation prize for him. Jokes. Still love you. Still love you, Shizzy.
I'd love to live in PE, man. What are you talking about?
But what about the win? I suppose the win never stole your team. This round could be stolen away here by P&D as he gets the first 2 kills. Nexus manages to get one in the form of Destroyed. So now it's a 3v4. And DNMK have one more with less. Connie just being an absolute terror to them right now. And the danger man for Energy, Destroyed, is the first one to go down. Wipeout's got a good position here, but he's going to get caught a little bit out on timing. And Davo's going to know it's messy, but Wipeout does come out on top. He gets flashed in the face by his teammate for good measure to make sure that he backs out of that position. Nexus and Connie, the 2 men left. Connie's been absolutely lights out so far, and he's found space here in mid. He does have huge amounts of util to be able to take a bomb site, but I really like this setup actually from Energy. They do have relatively good map control, even a man short. And as we look there, P&D misses a shot. I thought he was going to hit that. Mango does get one onto Nexus. He was trying to push out of tunnel. So Pani knows where the two AWPs are right now, but Wipeout could be his undoing, where he's on the angle. He's going to have the info at minimum as he goes up towards the window position. And Wipeout's not going to repeat that. Mango's there with the AWP to clean it up. And they get 2 in a row, which is restoring some of their momentum. Only 3 players lost as well, so nice economic relief for them. But DNMK is still plenty of money in the bank. They're going to do another full buy. Absolutely no issues. Well, actually, I think that, but Nexus is
maybe
on.
Okay.
Okay, so one player goes without a rifle. Not the worst.
This is looking a lot better for Energy. They're going to be feeling a lot better about themselves right now after winning those 2 rounds. Just getting themselves ahead here once again. As I've said at the top of this cast on Dust 2, it's their CT sides that have looked a bit more shaky than their T sides. So I think they're already happy with 8 rounds. And I reckon they're in the driver's seat right now on Dust 2. DNMK, no money left in the bank here in the penultimate round. So if they lose this, they're not going to have anything to really contest the 15th with, and that could see Energy picking up a 10-5 halftime scoreline. Or do DNMK pull a rabbit out the hat and make it 8-7? Wow, look at this aggression from Destroyed. What on earth is he doing? Not a fear in the world. He pushes up Xbox and he finds a double kill and completely unravels the setup as well because he gets all the information. He sees all the other players there as well. So Energy can now converge their resources. They're choking them in here. They've got the player outside double doors, watching short, making sure they can't cross out. And they've got full control right now to the CTs. DNMK trying to edge their way forward, but P&D has been great on the defense with the AWP. He's holding the angle. This is an AWP's paradise right now. You've got free range on the bomb side, watching short, but he hasn't spotted the head, and he misses the shot. And that's the kill that they so desperately needed, because now that allows DNMK to actually be getting onto this A bomb site and starting to make some work as Wipeout finds a kill. That's a big one as well. It maintains control here for Energy. DNMK, they've been isolated on the bomb site. They're going to have to fight with their backs against the walls here. But the man, he gets it done. Oh my god, Mango! He goes full Kirkley mode. Full Kaylee. And he just lands the jumping AWP no-scope. You see, you don't have to be hacking to hit those sorts of shots, everybody.
Apt point there, Matt. And even more apt for Energy is they got 95. They started to lose that momentum, but they start to make a comeback here. They could finish 10-5 and a half. I mean, even 9-6, it's much better than they were looking 3 rounds ago. So they could be, we got another South African internet tech pause, unfortunately, is one of our weaker points for anybody in our international audience. I think everybody from South Africa in the chat is well aware. Especially Cahill, funnily enough, his internet is probably one of the most infamously poor ADSL lines probably in the world. So, yeah, these things happen, but so far for Energy, it's looking way better, and it's honestly predicated on Wipeout just turning up 14 for 6 out of nowhere.
Yeah. And it's one of the players that sort of had a breakout start in this new Energy team, right? And he was one of the lesser-known players coming into this roster. But he's gotten off to a great start here with his Energy venture. And remember, he's the beast. He's the B bomb side player here on the CT side. So it's not even like he sees majority of the action, but he's getting majority of the frags. DNMK trying to turn up the pace with this one, rushing down middle, but they rush into Destroyed, who's able to pick up a triple kill. My god. Mango fired off 2 shots there, but he didn't connect on either of them. And yeah, this has just been looking way better by Energy. The AWPs are having such an impact here as well. And it's a clean round as you like. Energy, they only drop 7 health in that entire gun round. And that was sort of a half of 2 themes, right? Or 3 themes, rather. Energy go up 6-0. DNMK come right back, make it 6-5. And then Energy go clear in the last 4 rounds. So they pick up a 10-5 halftime scoreline. And they are in the driver's seat right now going into the second half. This is exactly what we want in such an important match, Reese.
Yeah, for sure. And it's massively important for, as you say, both of these teams. The loser goes out actually in a 4th position. And it's well, actually, I must just check how the playoffs are going to work. I know that there's a 5th, 6th playoff, which we have to organize. But the loser of this actually should be out in 4th, if I'm not mistaken, and then it'll be 3rd place will come from
right, that
from
makes
something
sense.
else. Yeah, I broke something on the back end, so I'm a bit confused myself. But getting back into this pistol
Energy.
round,
Yeah, breaking faces right now, as they are just having the most dominant pistol round. And I'm not sure if I've actually watched them lose a T-side pistol round. Every single one of their T-side pistols, it doesn't matter what map it is, they have just got such a dominant pack of players that they run anywhere, and with the Glocks, they land their headshots, and it's so tough to go up against. From a CT's perspective, you just feel like you get overwhelmed, feel helpless. So Energy, they go ahead 11-5 here. And now they're going to be feeling good about taking this to a third map. We head over to Vertigo next if we do go the distance. Everything on the line right now for these two teams.
Oh, and Heartbreak just opens things up with a disgusting bit of play, and so does Davo. They get 2 kills traded back and forth, which is actually ideal for them right now. They're doing good economic damage to Energy, who had invested pretty much everything into this round, comparatively to very little to nothing over on DNMK side. And Davo's now netted himself a Galil. He's got a Zeus and a nade as well. And it looks like Energy's going to retract, but Nexus is waiting for them there.
Oh my god.
And it's nearly terribly done there by Mango. He nearly fluffs it as well, but he manages to take down Nexus eventually. And Destroy gets taken down in mid by that Galil that's been traded over. So now Davo and the man actually have a better position than Mango. Mango's going to go over to B, but this is exactly what is going on. The USPs open up things and do absolutely massive work. A great call there from Nexus for them to rush long. Energy caught with their pants down. Now Mango in a 1v2 clutch. He's going to need to finish off both of these players. Davo and the man both low. Mango does take some damage. He gets himself onto the bomb site. He's going to have the objective against them, but position, it's quite obvious where he is, and he's going to look to take the fight early, and that's going to be his undoing, and Davo's going to take his head off, and they convert.
I mean, I didn't see the exact amount that DNMK invested into that round, but I feel like they had like 4 USPs and a P250, or like something along those lines.
Pretty much.
Zeus was brought as well, but sub $1,000 for sure invested into this round across the board for DNMK. And they win the round. That's a massive slap in the face to Energy. Energy don't even do that much wrong. I mean, they try and take the long fight, and they trade 2 for 2. It's okay, I guess, but then they just keep getting pushed, and they keep losing numbers, and it becomes then disjointed from there, and Mango left in a clutch, and he felt compelled to make plays as well, and DNMK didn't even have to do much in that 2 versus 1 to win the round. So, yeah. Big one from DNMK, big let off, and now we're going to have to wait and see if they're going to capitalize on that Reese, or are we going to be seeing something similar in response? Surely not, right? Surely not. Flexi with the Glock. Wait for your teammates. He's already found himself 2 kills, and now he's tapping away. They know where Heartbreak is. He's trapped. He's trying to wait for some support to come through from the man. Heartbreak will go down, and my god, it's the pistol. In fact, it's the man who's gone down, so Heartbreak, he's not going to be lasting much longer either. If he can find another kill before he dies, that would be amazing, but he goes down through the smoke. This is just such a crazy game right now. Back and forth. Nexus in the clutch. No armor on either of these remaining players, but they've got the rifles. And they've got time. They've got positional control. Roles reversed now, right? It was Mango who was in the 1v2 after his team was in a gun round. And against 2 rifles without any armor. Now it's Nexus. Let's see if he can do it.
I really like his positioning here, to be honest. He can equally rotate towards either bomb site with pretty decent positioning. I mean, B, I don't think there is a decent entry position for that site, if we're honest, even with the... And it seems my game's crashed. You're going to have to take it from there, Matt.
Okay, that's fine. No problem at all. I got it. Nexus was trying to make a bit of a read going over towards the B bomb side. Unfortunately for him, he hears the bomb's been planted and he doesn't hear any ticking, so it has to be over towards A. So this 1 versus 2 clutch has just become insurmountably more challenging, and also he's given his position away with the flashbang. Molly dropped on the deck. He's going to use the flash as well. Might be a little bit premature. He can't really do much off the back of that flash. There was still a few seconds left on the Molly. Spotted PND all the way out the back, but he's not going to realize how close Mango is. Taps the bomb. Oh, he's going to try and stick it here. There's no ways he wins this. Mango able to just ensure that they win the round, and there we go. Energy answering back with an eco round win of their own. I think there were 3 Glock kills in the mix, and it was just absolutely chaotic. Seems like whoever ecos is going to win the round. So I'm putting a lot of money here on DNMK. Let's go.
At a 12 for 6, honestly, I'm quite impressed by Energy, all things considered, from that last map that just went, well, their pick that just went so awry for them. And I think DNMK weren't quite ready for this, all things considered. The CT half from Energy was started off strong. They then get 5 in a row, and Energy, it's almost like they're waiting to see everything that each team sort of has to put on the table, anti-stratting it, and then waiting to anti-strat back is how it played out, I would say, is the most accurate way that I could surmise their current positions. And 12-6 and Heartbreak with a quick one to open things up. That's much nicer.
DNMK gone for the force buy here, Reese. And the AWP's already opened things up. Good start to the round here for DNMK, considering what they have to work with, and the AWP is putting himself in the right position here once again as he starts to edge his way towards long. In fact, there's 4 players here for DNMK, so they've got the numbers to deal with this hit, but Heartbreak, he can't hit the shot, and that means he actually gets taken down. If he finds that kill, that's the person who ends up finding him, so that would have been a massive frag. Now Kani tries to push through the smoke. Oh my god, he somehow is able to actually land a second shot. Again, this round is just being turned on its head in its entirety. Divo in no man's land right now, actually going to be able to get out alive. And now it's another 1 versus 2. Mango with another chance. This time it's 2 Desert Eagles. Neither of the players have been able to retrieve the weapons. Oh my god, the timing just works out for Mango as Nexus edges around the corner, making his way forward. Mango's also dropping down, but Nightmare's just going to drop through from CT behind him, and he finds the kill. This time it's not an eco round win, but it is a force round win, Reese, and they just keep trading blows back and forth right now. Who's going to be the first team to string 2 consecutive rounds together in this half?
From compared to what happened in the first half, this is very off tempo. I couldn't tell you. Even if I gave you a guess, I couldn't say. I somehow feel DNMK have something in this more to put in. They're not quite on the table just yet, but Energy making them play their hearts out. They don't want to go Archer. They want to get that money. Wipeout gets taken down in tunnels by the man in the interim. So they get the first pick again, and it has traditionally helped them win the round. All things can happen here, though, is what we're slowly finding out.
And there we go. As you say, all things can happen. Nexus gets sprayed down through the doors with the wall bags. I mean, if that doesn't speak a large testament to what you just said, I don't know what does. Kani able to interrupt that smoke, which means no mid to B smoke. Is there an AWP for Heartbreak? There is indeed. On the elbow right now, as I said earlier, an AWP is Paradise, and I Jinx P&D, they've spotted him out as well. Look at the util usage here, but Heartbreak, he spots Flexi just before the smoke blooms, and that means he's able to land the shots and net his team a 1-man advantage before the bump on comes through here. Oh, and Kani, he's also going to find the kill, and that denies the plant, buying even more time for the rotations to come through. DNMK with the chance to string a second round together here, as they've got the 1-man advantage. The smoke finds 1, but Divo doubles down as he finds 2 supreme headshots there to win the round for his team. The man not even needed after his first kill. And DNMK make it 12-8, Reese, and I think that's where things are going to start to get interesting in this half, right? Because should be an eco round for Energy in the next. 12-9. DNMK on the CT side with some momentum and economy. Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for right now. These teams fighting tooth and nail as they go the distance, giving it everything they've got.
Yeah, and it's not like Energy isn't doing Energy things. We see the destroyed Wipeout Mango top 3 back in their usual positions. All of them over 80, ADR, 82, 85, and 126 over on Destroyed. He's definitely taking charge in this map, but even with barely positive KDs, DNMK are converting where it counts.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Energy definitely on the back foot, like you say, at least for the next 2 or 3 rounds. And it looks like they are going to just charge in here, which could work well or not at all. We'll have to see, and it is going to work out for P&D. He gets the first one, gets himself an AWP, and now it's going to be really hard for them to push in from short against that AWP. He does have a smoke, so they should be able to retrieve the bomb here.
Oh, but there's still a gap. They bait tiny shots, okay. Oh man, surely this isn't happening again, Reese. My heart can't take this. No, seriously, like, we can't be having so many eco round wins. There's an AWP been picked up by P&D. They just haven't been able to get the bomb across, and it's been dropped in an even more awkward position now. And they don't have any further util to aid their cause, so it's going to have to be a peek from P&D, along with a teammate to try and bait the peek. He gets the shot, picks up the bomb, but right now, DNMK, they hold all the control. We've got 3 players in CT, and the man finds the important kill. Destroyed was lurking. Oh, the hops on point. P&D finds the shot, but DNMK are getting the frags necessary right now to secure the round. So, I mean, we should see normality being restored here. P&D, my heart can't take it. And thank you for just closing out the round without any chaos transpiring. 12-9, Reese. Getting interesting now on Dust 2. It was 11-5 at one stage. After Energy won the pistol round, it seemed like, all right, they're going to charge their way home and win this map. Then we see DNMK win an eco, then Energy win an eco, then DNMK win a force. It's just total chaos across the board. Pretty much actually the first time we've seen a proper full gun round here on Dust 2. Double AWP set up and play for DNMK. AK is across the board for Energy. And a big opportunity for a statement to be made by either of the teams here on this map.
Yeah, and Energy just seems like I said, DNMK had more to offer. And suddenly they start to find the momentum in Energy's number. Convert 3. They do take quite a lot of expense in those conversions. The last one being a bit better with only 2 players going down, but the rounds before that mean that they don't really have an economic standpoint, even with a 3 in a row. With that lost bonus accruing for Energy, it is going to get just that little bit easier for them. We've got a long push coming out here, and Destroyed on short finds Heartbreak before things even get going.
Yeah.
This is absolutely ideal for them. There are 2 CTs in towards CT. Davo gets a kill, which is going to help on the retake for sure. He gets immediately mollied out of position, though. He's going to go through the smoke. He's going to pull another 2K. He goes out here towards the car position, but he's in the middle of no man's land, and he gets himself caught out, and Energy come up with the better trades. There is an overpeak, though, that gets punished by Nexus. Connie now creeping in. He gets wiped out. That's going to help a lot as they try to get back into this round. Mango gets flashed out, but that smoke is actually going to save him. It works against him. Connie now creeping around the edge with the M4, and he manages to get it. 12-10 now for DNMK. They needed that round, and they pick it up in emphatic fashion.
Yeah, but Reese, as you were saying, and when the XQ was coming through, it was looking pretty awkward for DNMK. Energy, if they found the entry, they got control of the site. Diver gets 1, which really opens things up because it means that Nexus can keep control of short. And I think that was one of the key frags in the round to give DNMK a position to retake from. Big round there from DNMK. They don't keep the second AWP in play, unfortunately, so that'll affect their economy a bit. But man, oh man, big retake. Big retake. Energy throwing numbers at short or at long once again. They get all 4 players out. And Wipeout finds a very big kill onto Heartbreak because he's all the way by himself here. And this is going to be sort of forcing Energy to keep 2 players on the speed bomb site at the bare minimum. And they've even got 1 player in CT. So this A bomb site is primed and ready for the taking. And you can see they're making their way up long, realizing the situation that has developed. And Wipeout gets another kill on the player aggressing through the tunnel. So he's had a big round on the opposite side of the map. Energy coasting home in this one. Kani, surely not again. He actually wants to try and save his Zorb. Gets around the corner just in time, but that's only the first phase of his exit from the bomb site.
Some much better round here from Energy, all things considered. They take that early long control, leave a lurker towards B, Wipeout, who gets really good damage out, gets himself 2 kills. There was a bit of a foolhardy push there from the man on the flash. He was looking for some damage, and instead he finds a AK to bullet to the face.
Yeah, big round from Energy, just asserting their dominance. Nothing too special. Wipeout with some heroics. And DNMK with no money in the bank, courtesy of those close couple rounds prior to this one. So they're going to opt up to buy. It makes sense. They can get a rifle on the man. He's actually going to go for an AWP here. Okay, do or die from DNMK. Lose this round 14-10, no money, 15-10. Probably the end of the map, and we're going to Vertigo. So a lot hangs on the line right now. And Energy might be going for a bit of a late long take here. You can see they're grouping up. They're waiting for DNMK to post just 1 player. And then looking to overwhelm him. You can see they're grouping up, waiting for their opportunity. Heartbreak with the UMP has crossed. I'm not sure if this has been noticed. Wipeout swings out first. Oh my god, the fire's on point as well. Kani, he peeks off the back of the util. And it's a quick flurry of frags, all going the way of DNMK. Besides just the one, but the damage has been done. Energy Esports left reeling after that one, Reese. 2 versus 4 to try and keep themselves alive in this round. But again, another round being won or lost in this early fight towards long. It just seems like there's no close fights, right? Every time it's one team who handsomely walks away from long.
Now, I mean, look at the position Energy in the bomb stuck behind the door. How do they get in here when there's 2 posted? One of them being Davo this close. He's so dangerous. This is really treacherous, and he's going to get one. PND does manage to trade him out. Connie goes for a shot, but he has to duck back down. PND gets cleaned up by the man with the second AWP. So they get their first decent win round like that. 3, well, so in the last 4 rounds, they've only had 2 where they've gotten 3 players through, but they've got kits now almost across the board. Well, 4 out of 5, which is really nice. And Energy definitely on the back foot for the first time in this map, really. They got to be careful here. If they lose this one,
Yeah.
I mean, and it is a force, they could be facing map point, or they'll draw it up at minimum, will DNMK.
Oh, I thought we were going for it again towards long, but DNMK think better of it, and it's a good decision as well. And Kani posted on the A bomb side is caught Wipeout in pit. And notice how DNMK aren't taking any fights on the fringes now, Reese. They're not pushing short, they're not contesting mid doors, which is what cost them the last time they lost a round where Wipeout punished them. Now they're taking the conservative approach, forcing Energy to make the next move. Kani! Through the smoke, lines him up, knocks him down. Mango dispatched. And it is a great defense here on the bomb side from the DNMK author. Really starting to come into his zone. Heartbreak mops up with 2, and DNMK are 1 round from leveling up the scores, Reese. There's no money in the bank, so there should be 13-13, lest we forget. DNMK are ahead in the series, 1-0 right now after winning Inferno 16-9. Energy's hearts are going to be in their throats. Again, they were ahead, but the game has come back, and it's going to be even keel.
This is where we will see the quality of Energy and see if they can finish this map out. They are looking for good mid presence, but Heartbreak's not letting them have it. Mango gets 1, but Heartbreak gets 3. Nexus gets 4th, and that should be the round here. Just Wipeout left with the D. He's going to look to push through mid, or is he? Any damage here will be great.
Yeah, good point. Already the economy is sort of getting that buffer for DNMK, but nothing more to come. 13-13. Scores are
now
level.
They need to either emulate the Taco Fallen story for the positive or the negative. At that point in time, the SK guys couldn't come up to it, and they did get clutched out. But will Energy be able to win this? This is probably the most important round of this map, Matt. 13-13, both teams on a bye. DNMK with a little bit more to play with, a little bit more wiggle room. Energy stumble here, and that's game, set, and match.
Yeah. Man, who would have thought it would come to this point when we started off the series tonight? And even when you looked at us too, and Energy were ahead, like I think it was 12-6 at one stage.
It was a 10-5 half.
Yeah, and then they went 11-5, 12-5, so 11-5, 11-6, 12-6. Which means that Dynamic have won 7 rounds where Energy have won just 1 in the past 8. So huge momentum swing, and it's just looking like DNMK are going to be able to get the job done here in 2 maps, or do Energy still have fight left in them yet here on the T side of Dust? It's a full gun round. They've been able to keep all 5 players alive for a long enough margin to work themselves into an executor. 4 players grouped up on short, 1 player going to be coming from long. And they start to surge their way forward. Util the plenty. It's a proper fully blown executor. Wipeout though, standing in the fire in the flames, will take down Kani. Not before he can find a kill though. And there we go. PND finds a kill. Mango wins this battle. And this is exactly the Energy we've come to know and love. But apparently the job's not done just yet, as the man still has something to say. Got support from Divo as well with 2 flashbangs. He actually wants to go ahead of the molly. He catches P&D off guard. There's a player who's blinded up on the ramp as well. He switches up for the AK. It's just Mango left in the clutch. They know exactly where he is as well. Rooted in on the bomb side. How on earth does he work this? Making his way beautifully around this. He's going to lose both of the shots. Mango with only 8 points of health is going to win the clutch and keep his team alive here in the Evesports EGL One main event. My goodness gracious me. What a big clutch from the young man.
His heart rate monitor must be going absolutely tilt. There's emergency calls being made to his doctor about his heart rate, 100%, but he manages to do it. They actually saw him as well. They saw his shoulder when he was on site, the DNMK, and they weren't able to get it. Carney hits a shot on this round, though, with the AWP. They've been able to buy absolutely no issues. Huge money in the bank for them coming into this round. They still got a little bit of it left over even after the fact. And Energy need to do it again. They can't go to 14-14. They need to
Reese,
just do it one more time, Matt.
This has got overtime written all over it, right? I mean,
it could be.
I
something to say about it.
I can smell it from here like freshly baked bread down the road. Or maybe a more apt South African reference, like a braai. Boerewors on the go. The fat dripping on the coals. The smoke smelling amazing. 5 versus 4. The one-man advantage for DNMK, courtesy of that early kill from Carney. Energy have grouped up towards this B bomb site. They've got all 4 players making their way through. They're playing the contact here. Now the youthful bursts out, but it's Nexus on the angle. He goes unchecked. He gets 1. Tries to get the spray transfer. He won't be able to. The man also only good for 1. Not too bad they trade 2 for 2 because it means DNMK maintain the one-man advantage in the post plants. And Heartbreak, he's been able to get so far forward. In fact, he might even be able to get into the mix before the plant even comes through here. He needs to be careful he doesn't get too far ahead though, because his teammates are still getting in position as well. And he's now given away the fact that he's in upper dark by because he throws the molly. Divo going to be one of the first entries here as the HE goes through, and it's Wipeout on the angle, who lands a crazy headshot. Oh my god, Flexi also lands the headshots of his own, Reese. 15-13, Energy with the 2 versus 3 post plant are keeping themselves alive here and showing you can never count them out regardless of the situation, the scoreline, the economy. They have the individuals to fight with their backs against the walls. And we have map point here for Energy on Dust 2. It seems like we're going to Vertigo, Reese.
Oh, DNMK, huge task ahead of them here to beat practically a full buy. Just destroyed who's on the Galil, and 2 of them stuck on Deegs. And those AWPs have been ultra impactful. I can only feel that they were scratching their heads a bit now, not having one. It's so vital for them. But look at the man's position actually in this round. He's gotten massive amounts of information. So they should know where the hit is coming from.
Yeah, keyword being should. And he's continuing to get information. Now Energy are going to be reacting as they start pushing their way up long. It's worked well for them in the past. They've got the numbers, they've got the weapons. It's Heartbreak who opens things up though. It's going to be keeping Energy at bay for that much longer, but time is not a factor right now. And I appreciate the patience and approach right now from Energy, not getting flustered and forcing anything unnecessary. Kani, oh my god, great shot from him. This is time to become a 5 versus 3 very quickly. Still a retake needs to happen, and considering the post-plant positions right now, it's not going to be an easy retake, although 2 Energy players are in the open right now. There's a flank coming through from the man. He's whiffing his deagle shots. He does eventually take down Flexi, but there's still more to be done. He doesn't expect Mango to be Wipeout to be so close. He's left in the clutch. He catches Nexus with his back turn Heartbreak on the defuse, but it's going to have to be the 10-second stick, and Wipeout holding the angle is going to be able to flick, and he lands the shot. Energy Esports fighting their way back on Dust 2. It got close as you like. It seemed like the odds were stacked against them, but somehow they still get the win. They take us to a 3rd map. It's going to be Vertigo to determine who stays alive here in the Evesports main event and who is going home in 4th position. Reese, what a series.
Indeed, Matt. To come back like that, when it looked like DNMK had the answer, they caught up significantly. And that early map momentum that they normally have over on Energy just gets whittled away so readily by DNMK.
Yeah.
And much better performance from them in this map. I mean, considering they lost 16-9 in the first, like a really good turnaround from them. And now with Vertigo ahead of them, though, this is a big DNMK favorite.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams have gone head-to-head on Vertigo before, and I think Energy won it like 16-13, so it was a very close-cut series. I'm expecting something similar once again. Guys, it has been a great game we've had so far, and if the first two maps are anything to go off, the third map is definitely going to be worth your time as well. We're going to be taking a short break here in between maps, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back in about 5 minutes, we're going to have Vertigo, we're going to be crowning a winner, we're going to be saying goodbye to the loser, and it's all to play for. So join us in a couple, and we'll see you for Vertigo. Welcome one, welcome all back to the Evesports EGL One 2020 main event. We are going to a third map here in the consolidation semi-final, consolidation bracket semi-final, should I say. Energy Esports and DNMK locking horns, and has been a fantastic series so far. If you're just joining us now, we first started proceedings off on Inferno, Energy's pick, where DNMK bested them 16-9, and not without winning 14 out of the last 17 rounds. They just pulled ahead and they dominated. We then went to Dust 2. Energy were looking good. DNMK came back. Energy pulled ahead. DNMK came back level. And every time they seemed to get level once again, Energy stepped things up a gear. And that was the case at 13-13 once again. Energy go clear. They win the map 16-13. And that brings us to Vertigo here to decide the series and to determine who is being eliminated and who is securing themselves a spot in the top 3. Reese, everything to play for here going into the next map.
Wow, and what a series, Matt, for Energy to win a map that you noted they traditionally been having pretty poor results on. In the way that they did, they started off with huge momentum, then it was a huge reversal of momentum, which lasted actually pretty much until it couldn't, kind of thing, until there was already a draw on the table of rounds at 13-13. Then Energy find the secret sauce and manage then to finish that after a 16-9 loss on their map pick. You thought DNMK were going to take it at that point. I think we both did, right?
Yeah.
And especially when the momentum shift happened, it was looking like they had the answer to everything Energy, but a massive performance once again from Wipeout. He just goes absolutely huge there. So does Destroyed. 28 for 18 on Wipeout, a 23 for 23 on Destroyed P&D. Everybody else sort of average fragging there, but a 1.43 rating on the off there. Wipeout's going to be very proud of himself. I think there's 7 2Ks as well, head and shoulders impact-wise above the rest. So he manages to, with some help from his teammates, pull it over the line. And now we find ourselves on Vertigo, which has been quite a closely contested map between these two teams, eh, Matt?
Yeah. They played against each other on this map as well in the ESEA semi-final that I mentioned a bit earlier, and it was DNMK's map pick in the series, and Energy actually managed to win it. If I recall correctly, it was like a 16-12 scoreline when Energy had a dominant T side. Their CT side looked a bit shaky. Most teams in South Africa seem to do better on the T side on this map than they do on the CT side. A bit of an international trend, I would say, as well. But this map is like, normally in maps you sort of have one favorite side in general. In Vertigo, I kind of feels like it comes down to your team's strengths. It's very 50-50, and whatever you feel more comfortable on is probably going to be the half that you prefer. So yeah, you can make a bit of a debate for both of the sides. So coming into Vertigo, I think these T sides are going to be key, or which actually inadvertently makes the CT sides key, right? If both teams can rely on a decent T side, that's basically whoever's going to be able to conjure up the better CT side that's going to be getting across the line in the series. And yeah, I mean, not really a map that Energy play traditionally, as far as I know. Haven't seen them play much Vertigo at all over the past couple of months. On the side of DNMK, though, this is a map that they made a bit of their home pick. They picked this against ATK, Goliath, Energy, Royalty. Or not Royalty, because I don't think they play it, but the point is that they pick this map frequently, and they're going to be comfortable on this. So everything tells us that this is going to be a great map. Energy, they found their footing, they've got the firepower, and that's another thing I wanted to say about this team is even in moments where they look down and out and it looks like everything's against them, they've got the grouping, they've got certain individuals who are capable of making something out of nothing. They've got crazy amounts of mechanical skill and ability. They read the game very well. So even in situations where everything's against them, they still find ways to win games. And I think that's a really important quality and characteristic to have as a team, that even when things are against you and not in your favor, and you find yourself in awkward positions, you know, not on a map, not on a half, don't have things going for you, but you're still able to win. That's a big testament to this team's ability.
100%, and they showed it there at the end of that map. DNMK with a huge momentum shift to come back from a 12-6, I think was the scoreline at that time, to bring it back to 13-13. It looked like Energy had the map, they had all the answers. Yeah. And DNMK with a huge comeback. But now it's Vertigo as we go into it, and we're going to have I think it's actually an half round first.
Third map we need to knife, because nobody picked the map. We need to determine sides, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
There we go.
Do you want to commentate the stabby stab, or is it still sacrilege?
I think we'll pass on that one for now. Everybody has pistols, so I don't think they're going to be knifing just yet. I'd say just throw the pistols away, gentleman's agreement, and have a knife. Anyway, we'll get this resolved shortly. A bit more opportunity for us to build up the anticipation for this game, which is looking set to be a great one. As I said, loser eliminated. And these are two of the biggest teams in South Africa who both would have had a goal of probably like making top 2 at the bare minimum coming into this event. Maybe more so Energy than DNMK because of the interruptions that DNMK have had in their progress over the past month with a couple of their players going away, and when one player comes back another person goes away, so they haven't had that consistency lately. But Energy, I can tell you right now, they would have said we want to beat everybody. ATK they would have been more realistic about and said top 2 at the bare minimum, right? So one of these teams is going to be eliminated in 4th position, which is going to be an upset either way. So big game here for these teams as we go into the knife round.
Let the shanking begin. I think the winner of this will probably opt for, like you said, CT side, just to chase rather than defend. And it's going to be convincingly DNMK's knife round, and let's see what they opt to do. I didn't actually see what they typed in the chat.
It's .T. So they want to try and start on their more comfortable half. And go from there, get themselves ahead of the game, put Energy on the back foot, put pressure on Energy, and try and close it out from there. Personally, I think I agree with this decision, considering in the 3rd map as well, you want to get ahead by halftime, and then and go from there. And we're good, we're live, and into the 1st map, or rather the first half of the 3rd map we go. Energy Esports with 2 players towards the A bomb side. It's actually showing a little bit of presence towards ramp. A big nade there from PND. Does surmountable damage as well. A lot of damage done to Nexus and Divo, but it's a bit of a fake going over on the A bomb site right now as Heartbreak along with Kani start edging their way forward towards the B bomb site. But Energy haven't taken the bait, but DNMK, they're changing up the plan after they find that kill. They've just posted Heartbreak now by himself. He sees Destroyed. Oh no, he's flopping all of his shots. He's going crazy, he's not connecting anything. The knives come out and Destroyed wins it. What did I just witness? That was one of the messiest fights I've seen in Counter-Strike. And Heartbreak should have had that kill for all money. That was absolutely his frag for the taking. And it's now forced DNMK in a bit of an awkward position, because if they got that kill, they probably get the A bomb side for free after any over rotations come through from Energy. But now Energy, they sit firmly on A and B. They've got Flexi spotting middle. And with 45 seconds left, DNMK are trying to find a way to get into this round. It seems like they are going to be ending up at this A bomb site. But more of a passive setup from Energy right now. PND spotting back on the scaffolding, or heaven if you like. He's got the information, the players are coming through, but DNMK might be able to secure a launcher without much implication, although as I say that, PND does find one. So that's always important. Getting the man advantage into the retake gives you that extra bit of room to work with, but there's also this late flank coming through. Big flank as well, and Kani has a job to do here to try to buy as much time as he possibly can. He gets 2 kills, and Diver with that backstab gets wipe out as well. And my God, after that complete fluff from Heartbreak, I thought that DNMK's chances were done, but somehow they make it work.
Connie's having just a lights out performance today. He's really on it. He's been pretty much top fragging every map. He had the most opening kills for the one map, or at least on Inferno, and he's not even an entry fragger. But now a quick play coming through on a force buy from Energy, as they force into the DNMK buy. Way less util to work with. Destroyed does have himself that FAMAS, which was gifted with that knife for sure. But definitely on the back foot here as we go into round number 2. And if DNMK can convert this as well, they should be facing 3-0 before Energy can reply. I'm not sure I like this force buy. It didn't work out for them the last time either.
Yeah, they've at least been able to keep all 5 players alive as they start to reach the minute mark. Destroyed forced off the angle on middle, giving DNMK a bit more map control to work with. And there we go, the man opened things up. Flexi was dancing with death. They probably hung around for a bit longer than he should have. And this has prompted the man to just surge forward. Picks up a triple kill with the Mac 10. So that's $1,800 for him. He's also leg Destroyed on the angle. Wants to try and pick up his Mac 10 again just so he can continue to add a bit of extra cash to the bankroll. But DNMK with a fairly clean anti-force buy right now. maybe overextending a touch, and Destroyed seems to realize that there's also a chance of a flank, but even though he's aware of it, doesn't mean he can do much about it. So DNMK, yeah,
Big armor. He's not going to look to do anything. Just look for some exits, and DNMK secure themselves the second round, and they've got an opportunity here at the third. Well, it should be almost a write-off third, just for the simple fact that they just don't have the money to do anything right now.
Yeah. I mean, a couple kills is not too bad, I suppose, a bit of economic damage, but the fact that they fully forced, they definitely would have been hoping for more than that. That's sort of like the objective in an eco round. You're content with finding 2 kills. I have seen this T side on Vertigo of DNMK be very potent in the past. Kani plays a fantastic lurk over towards that B bomb site. Nexus does a very good job in middle by himself without much support. He seems to find a lot of success there. Divo and the man are a very deadly duo towards ramp as well. So like the default from DNMK has a lot of merit to it. And they often throw in that very aggressive ramp hits as well, which we know accustomed to be with Vertigo. Pretty much a full eco, and unfortunately Flexi has timed out and the pause has come through. And I think it's going to be a pause after the round, unfortunately. I think some damage had been done, which meant that... Oh my god. I'm just watching the man right now. He's stalling my brain. He knew the player was in the smoke. Flexi's already reconnected. So at least it was just an eco round that this happened. Not going to be costing him much in the long run. But nice and clean from DNMK without even losing a single point of health. And they took a couple fights, so that's certainly going to be boding well for them economically.
Yeah, even get a couple kills with some pistols, which is better than the rifle on the money, if only just. But Wipeout is starting to do some damage over here. He's setting up like a sneaky snake, and he gets 2. That's nice for them. They needed that damage. If he can get one more, it makes it incredibly expensive. He probably would like to try and save this AK, but I just don't see him doing it. The man going to sneak up from the bar after and take him down. So they get it through, not the cleanest ever, but with the man and Kani both comfortably over the 7k mark, they're going to be able to drop some weapons. And unfortunate there for Mr. Flexi to drop there, but as you say, I think it was the round had detected, or the server detected damage at that point. So unfortunately, they can't go do a full round reset.
Exactly. Going to be the first full gun round here on Vertigo, and when you're in the third map of a series, the first full gun round holds quite a lot of stock. Because it just gives an edge to the team who picks it up. It allows them to really get their footing on the map, and this has almost become a best of one now. In a sense. We're going to be seeing this aggression from the man. This is the aggression I was referring to. He has no fear. He's not scared to charge forward and push up and get in your faces. And he actually forces a few shots from Flexi. And they've taken full control. They're forcing energy back. And with so much time left on the clock, this is where things become awkward for the CTs. And that Molly's going to be forcing Flexi out into the open. The smoke blooms, but it blooms too late. He's already lost his life. And again... 5v3 with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. You shouldn't be losing those rounds, but Heartbreaker's a bit overzealous. He did not be... there was no need for him to be making that aggressive play. Pushing onto the A-bomb site with himself. His team was already 5 versus 3 ahead. In the meantime, though, that bomb gravitating towards the B-bomb site. It's Kani along with Nexus. Edging their way forward. They've spotted Wipeout out on the angle. He's going to be mollied out here as well. The smoke blooms. He's got a bit of extra cover to work with. Temporary, of course, but enough to keep him alive for the time being. The rotation coming through. He's taking so much damage. He feels compelled to take the fight. Destroyed now close on the angle is the first responder, but look at these quick moves from DNMK. Not afraid to change things up at any given moment. It's just Kani now left by himself at B. And while he will go down to Destroyed, he at least secures the information. But Mango, with the chance to make something happen over at A right now, edging his way forward in no man's land, trying to take a bit of an off angle right now. Does he try and deny the plant? No, the smoke doesn't give him the opportunity, but he catches Nexus as he tries to fade away, and he knows there's definitely a player towards Skinny here. It's Divo, who's trying to get out with his life still intact. Oh, the man lands a dirty headshot, and that sends shivers through the energy camp as Mango's now left in the 1 versus 2 clutch. No kit, no util. Has to brawl his way out of this one. And they've both seen that the bomb is not being stuck right now, and Divo, with no fear in the world, stands out in the open and takes his head off. So the first gun round goes the way of DNMK.
The man just absolutely toggling on right now. 8 for 1, 2 kills around. That's, as you say,
This
it's
is his
got to be
playground.
sending shivers through their spine as he goes 163 ADR, hitting some nasty shots, getting Glock kills when they're on a force. Like he's just letting it all hang out right now, and it's
Oh,
going really well for them. And that's a nice opener from Nexus as they go into the anti-eco. They need to be careful because they've been caught out here before. Mango gets one, the man gets one back, and I like this holding this slightly further back position against the pistols. The rifles just can get so much more
oh.
done here. PND is just going to continuously repeat here. Somehow he hasn't taken a single lick of damage. He does now. He gets put on 57, but...
Oh
Oh,
man.
wipeout from the after. Sneaky man. Manages to get one. Davo trades him and then immediately gets the other. So they only lose 2 players, which is ideal. No, not
Yeah,
ideal, but it's acceptable.
it's
And the
okay.
man
Yeah,
has huge money, so he's just going to offload a
he's
rifle in his
farming, bro.
teammate's general direction, for sure.
He's farming them at this point. He's 10 for 1 in the first 5 rounds, going into the 6th. The
2
gun round
kills
here,
around
Reese, I
average.
mean, it's okay to go down 5-0 in a map. Certainly shouldn't be any cause for concern. But you put a lot more stock then and a lot of more weight in that second gun round. And that's the position Energy find themselves in right now. Destroyed looking for the cheeky peek. And he gets forced to the angle. But Nexus, not going to expect him there. Divo trades it out immediately, though. And that's a big kill because look at what that does to the setup of Energy now. Their aggressive stance towards ramp has to be completely retracted. PND goes all the way towards middle. He's watching it from halls. You got Mango playing scaffolding, jump spotting middle as well, all because of that one kill. 4 versus 4 favoring the T side, and it's just Flexy's left to his own devices over at A, where DNMK are slowly making their way towards right now. Edging their way up the ramp. Kani's still on the opposite side of the map. You can never discount him. And he plays this lurk role in a bit more of a traditional sense, in the sort of like 2015, 2016 lurk role, your happies, your get rights, in the sense that he hard lurks, and it can sort of work to his detriment because teams know that even if there's an exit coming through, they still wait for him, and that's what's happening right now. He's trying to make his way forward while his team exits, but they're pushing their way forward onto the safe side. Flexy wins his first gun battle, but not the second. It's Divo who's doing all the trading right now, and this is what I really like from Kani. He doesn't commit unnecessarily. He's rotating back into the bomb side. His team needs him right now, as Divo has been able to get the kill. He tries to force the issue. PND misses the shot. Divo, you absolute madman. He's brought this back into a 2 versus 3. He's found all 3 frags in the round. He finds it 4th as well. And he leaves Kani in the 1 versus 1. And look at that, Mango. Because he knows he's against Kani, he doesn't know whether he's lurking, whether he's on the ramp. And Kani spots him before the smoke blooms. He lands the headshots. And the 1 versus 1 goes the way of DNMK, as they pick up their 6th consecutive round here on the start of Vertigo.
Because it's their 6th, man, their money is still looking super, super fresh. They've actually got no problems buying here. They'll still have a little bit left over in the bank. And poor Energy just sitting there with scraps on the table, whatever DNMK sees fit to kick underneath towards them. And they really need to get onto the board here, though. This is 6-0 is really rough, losing 2 gun rounds. Flexi could be in with some shenanigans here, though, playing close in the smoke. I quite like this with the mag. He could get himself some good damage if he doesn't get caught out. The man seems to be aware that this might be an option, and he's going to spray through it, and he gets it. But look at PND. He snuck up behind in the interim. He gets 1. Is he going to be able to get the second? It's a flurry of bullets. Neither of them being able to get the kill, but that was almost as awkward as the pistol round shenanigans. But DNMK pull it over the line quite cleanly. Only 1 player going down for a 7-0. This is brutal right now.
And timeout. But not by the team you'd expect, Reese. It's the people who are ahead 7-0 that call the timeout.
This is psychological, 100%. This is psychological. I'm guaranteeing you.
The man has a 6.
Actually quite smart.
Yeah. You maybe explain that a bit more, why you think it's so smart?
Because what they're doing right now, right, is, yes, they're giving Energy like almost some more time to react, but at the same time they're throwing them off because Energy is probably getting closer and closer to their monitors. They're sitting further and further towards the edges of their seat. They're getting more and more pent up, and this is going to take that away from them. And alternatively, DNMK are sitting back in their chairs having a good time. So to disrupt the momentum of the normal flow of rounds is actually in their favor.
Yeah, I agree with your summarization there. And look at Kani taking the early fight. He gets 1, but he gets traded. However, as we've mentioned, these early 1-for-1 trades, they favor the T side. It opens up the map so much for DNMK to work with. And now they're making their way towards middle here. Nexus, he's got the angle, and he's forced to destroy it back. That's all you need to do is just get the CT off of scaffolding. Don't even need to commit thereafter, but as soon as you just show some presence, his whole approach completely changes, and he gets far less information, and now it's forced Mango to join in on the action here as well, and Nexus, he finds the kill on Destroyed. Mango going to try and trade out his brother, which he does successfully, but oh no, the movement's not on point. He jumps into the wall with his knife in his hand. Flexi now, he's also going to be losing his life to Heartbreak, who's showing, doesn't matter if he doesn't have the AWP, he's just as capable with the AK. And DNMK, they're charging through energy right now, Reese. My god, 8-0 here, another gun round going the way of DNMK. And as I said, it's the T sides that these teams favor, but it doesn't matter how good Energy's T side is if they don't have any rounds to work with, Reese. I mean, if this was a 12-3 halftime scoreline, it's just straight up not going to be enough, in my opinion. I know these players are very good, and they've got some great game sense, they've got the mechanical ability, but in such an important game, going down 12-3 in the first half just leaves you in such a difficult situation.
Yeah, look, and they've traditionally been the ones who started off with the momentum, and now they're on the back foot here. It's going to be unfamiliar territory for them. And that pause actually did ultimately work in DNMK's favor. It was the buy round. They knew it. And they've set Energy up to fail here. And look at them playing around smokes, just getting kills left, right, and center. They go up 5-1 now with a whole 70 damage onto Heartbreak. He can just chill in the rear with the gear, and they'll finish it off. And he's not even going to do that. He's going to press forward and just take down P&D as well.
Bro.
No, Matt.
Yeah, this DNMK team is starting to feel themselves, and that's a very difficult thing to stop. They're a very confidence-based team. All 5 of the individuals have the capability of popping off, and that's exactly what we're witnessing right now. Everybody in their respective areas on the map are doing their job with supreme accomplishment. And it's do or die now for Energy. They've got the double AWP set up, and you can see they're not taking any fights towards the B-bomb side. They've been burnt a couple of times by Kani, realizing maybe we just take the passive option. And if this doesn't work for Energy, it's sort of reaching that 11th hour. P&D trying to innovate a bit of a way to find an opening pick here for his team. This is an angle that Kenny S likes to use a lot from G2. As he sets himself up, waiting, he's going to be seeing the man, but it's only a shoulder pick. And oh my god, the man is able to find the pick to find the kill necessary. And it's still going the way of DNMK, at least momentarily. The man's been brought down very low because of that shoulder shot. Just feels like nothing going the way right now for Energy. At least they do keep the numbers even, Reese. At least they keep the numbers even as the minute mark is breached. Only 2 mollies, the smoke, and a flash left at DNMK's disposal, so they have to make something work here. Nexus is the key, in my opinion. He's sitting in middle. He's got an angle. And it seems like he's been waiting for support. He's got his teammate here as well. And the man's going to take first contact. Because he's low, he wants to be the bait for his teammate. There's no one directly watching mid right now. Mango just sort of has a pixel angle on the scaffolding. If he overextends, he loses his life. He's been forced back by the man. He's going to get double peeked, and he finds the one. Nexus trades him up, but takes a lot of damage in the process. Decision time now for DNMK. Are they pushing A? Are they pushing B? They seem to be indecisive right now as Flexi lies in wait on top of the boxes, on top of the boost. And he's holding the perfect angle right now. Not overexposing himself. Nearly misses the timing. Divo, though, trades it out. And yields himself the 1 versus 1 against Wipeout, who's already been on the full flank from the B-bomb side. So he's going to be coming up ramp. He's got a smoke. He's got a kit. Divo's planted the bomb for the CTs, I believe he has. So even though Wipeout's got this big flank coming through, it's actually not working out for him right now. And the longer that Divo works around this part of the map, the more information he gets. And sooner or later, he's going to realize that Wipeout has to be coming on the B flank. And look at how passively Divo's posted himself. Might be banking too heavily on the molly here. Wipeout drops the smoke. There we go. Completely renders the molly useless. And Wipeout swings on the angle. And he lands the headshot necessary to get Energy on the board. They needed that clutch so badly to go their way, Reese.
And it does, but to what end, Matt? Look at the money on DNMK. 3 of their players going with 16k. The full bank on their side. Even with a full buy, they're still sitting with 11,200 on 3 of their players. They're going to be feeling it right now. They're like, okay, cool. We lost that 1v1. We lost that clutch. But it's really not the end of the world. And anything they get now is just ultra damaging to Energy. And look at this push though it ran.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go W,
no.
and they're gonna
my good God.
They're gonna get it.
What have we just witnessed? Energy, they make the read. They say, guys, they're just going to rush up ramp. And what a read it is, because DNMK haven't done it once this whole half. Energy predicted absolutely to the T, but doesn't really make a difference if you don't hit the shots. DNMK, they just win all the fights, all the brawls. They play to the man's strengths. He's 17-3 right now in this deciding map. Taking the game by the scruff of the neck, he has 143 ADR, and that's not including this round. A 5-kill death ratio. Normally we see these numbers in the first 4, maybe 5 rounds, but the fact that he's kept it up for 11, absolutely insane performance from him. Couldn't agree more lately. Nexus's brain on point. Great call from him. Have to be said though, Energy Reddit, they had 4 players there, Reese. 4! And they still only got 2 kills.
They just got absolutely run over. They got so run over, dude. Like, wow. DNMK are showing their prowess here. They may have lost map 2, but they wanted, and you can feel it, man.
Yeah.
Energy, you know, all things considered, Wipeout destroyed Mango towards the top of their board, but none of them positive. Not one of your players is getting positive.
No one being a star player.
In 11 rounds? That's harsh, man. And DNMK just absolutely have their number right now. They need at least 3 rounds. Even a 12-3 right now doesn't feel like enough against DNMK. And right now it's...
Oh, alright. Reese just... I'm going to be continuing in his absence. Bit of a solo... Oh, and there he's back already. Okay. You gave me a fright there, Reese. All good. Welcome back.
Apologize. But I'm terug.
Yeah.
What I was saying was 10-1 is just massive, man. Like, they need a 12-3 from here at minimum, I think, to even stand a chance on their T side. But against this DNMK squad, it just doesn't feel like that's even going to be enough.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, because it seems like it is an inevitability at this point. If not worse than 12-3. What a great performance by DNMK here. And it's just, nothing's really worked out for Energy. And as I said, these CT sides are tough. And they can rely on their T side, but you need something to work with on your T side. To give yourselves a bit of a buffer. No one likes going into a half where every single round is do or die from the beginning.
Yeah.
Double AWP's going to come into play again. Yeah, you trip 1 round, that's it. That's over. Game, set, match. And remember, this is an elimination match. Loser finishes 4th in the tournament. Winner progresses to the top 3 at the bare minimum. They'll play against they'll play against the loser of Goliath Gaming and ATK, which is the Thursday. Oh no, tomorrow. We're playing tomorrow. 7:30 p.m., guys. Make sure you join us. ATK versus Goliath Gaming. It is the headline matchup of 2020 South African Counter-Strike. And PND looking to try and headline the scoreboard right now for his team to try and give them something to work with. 11-4 reads. 11-4 is a possibility, and it would be respectable. And it is seeming like it might be a potential possibility. Yeah, yes, that is tautology, but I don't even care right now. As Kani opens things up on the B-bomb side, keeping DNMK alive in this round. Energy cannot afford to lose this round, Reese. I mean, a 2v4 with the games in the state that it is right now, this is a must-win for Energy.
Well, it's going to be helped out a little bit by the fact that Connie and Davo are split up right now. Davo does look like he's going to rejoin his teammate, which you sort of have to do, at least to be able to get a single trade. And they could get the bomb site here for free. There is actually Flexi and Mango in position to stop this. They've expended the util, and it should see them get onto the site here. Relatively uncontested, and they're going to get a bomb plant, but from there it's going to be a huge undertaking, honestly, for Davo. Connie's super low. He can't really peek into much. He's got to just hold angles and hope he hits the shot. Mango creepy on the edge of the smoke is going to get Davo, and that's the danger man out of the equation. So now it's just Connie on super low HP. He's going to hold the cross, but it's not going to be enough. And it is going to be Mango who clutches it out, bringing their 2nd round. But 11-2.
Yeah. The problem is Energy aren't out of the woods just because they won that round, right? Yeah. Look at their money. They're still going to have a buy. Okay, they can drop 2 and 4s, I guess. Maybe an AWP Flexi wants to go for a glass cannon. Yes, they're going to have the double AWP setup still as well. But, I mean, The point is, if they lose this round, there's no money left for them to contest the final round with. So still so much work to be done here by Energy, but they get off to the right start in that 13th round. They do exactly what was needed of them. Kani, he's going to go down to destroy. It's his flash fail. I don't think that changed the fate of his decision-making there, though. And a nice opening kill for Energy to net them that one-man advantage. The one thing I will say, though, before this round heats up, is Heartbreak finds another, and that's a big kill on P&D, by the way, is Flexi's barely played this map. If I'm not mistaken, he's played 1, maybe 2 officials on this map before. Practice is a different story, but he's very new to Vertigo. So it's going to take time for him to become fully versed with the map. But that doesn't matter right now. And they're not going to be afforded any let-offs by DNMK. There's Flexi, finding a kill. Nice time peek from him. Played it pretty well in that instance. Didn't just forego the control, still loitering around, waiting for an opportunity. And DNMK, they spot an opportunity to exit onto the safe bomb site, charging forward. Mango playing behind the pillar will be able to get one. Flexi trying to get up on the boost, eventually will. But Energy just persisting with this one-man advantage as they continuously find the kills necessary. Now, the problem is, and this is something you talk about a lot, DNMK can't really fake in this position. They can't fake run out, because if they just go silent all of a sudden, then Energy are going to know, of course, that they're not rotating. But DNMK recognize there's still quite a lot of time left on the clock here, so they can just shift walk across towards the B-bomb site. And this has actually worked out quite nicely for them when you consider the setup that Energy have in play. 2 players all the way deep on the A bomb side. Flashbang reigns over the top, and that's going to be prompting Heartbreak to moke his way forward. There is a player here behind the pillar. It's Wipeout completely blinded, drops a smoke. He's just being withered away here by the Tech 9 as he gets tapped down, and Nexus gets a kill as well. But the problem is he's lost his teammate and he's lost his life as well. Flexi with 2 big kills in the round will net Energy their third and keep themselves alive here in the hunt in this consolidation bracket, lower or rather semi-final.
Yeah, a really nice molly there from Destroyed, all things considered. He sort of set his teammate up for the round win. Even though he loses his life, he sets it up so that the T player literally had no other option, nowhere to go. It was quite funny. He was looking left, right, bit of a kind of moment. Yeah. And they do get the round. Can they get this last one, though, of the half? They need the 11-4. The man just being super aggressive, gets caught out by Mango as they kiss in the smoke. And it's the kiss of the MP9 that takes him down. Destroy gets Heartbreak as well. Davo trades one back. But it's definitely advantage CTs. Flexi goes up close and Davo gets another one. And he resets it. And with
my god.
They're going to be able to convert this round by the looks of things. And that's going to be a 12-3 half, which is sort of bare minimum, I think, for Energy. But it's just not enough.
You abused your power of the commentator, Reese. You cursed the heck out of Energy there. You gave them no chance when you said that they're in control of the round and they should be converting it. Because all of a sudden there's just a crazy flurry of frags that go the way of DNMK. And Energy don't even have an opportunity to blink or figure out what's going on, because they lost like 4 players in about 5 to 6 seconds there. So big turn of events. DNMK, they win the last round of the half, which is a big round win, Reese, because it feels like if Energy win that and they go 11-4, they probably take a bit of belief into the second half, right? They win 3 consecutive rounds, and yeah, exactly. It gives them belief. But now with 12-3, it just seems like there's so much to do, such a big mountain to climb. DNMK, they need 4 more rounds here to knock Energy out of the competition. And Energy, they're not being very secretive in what they're going to be trying to do in this pistol round. I've spoken about how much prowess they have in their T-side pistols. I don't think I've seen them lose a T-side pistol, but there we go. Me using the caster's curse probably put them on it once again. And the man has no choice but to try and take the fight. So once again, Energy start things off well here. And they work their way onto the safe bomb side. Brute force, the name of the game. Nexus does land a nice clean shot there. Wipeout probably over-aggressing a little bit, but doesn't go untraded. And look at this control. There's actually the plan here. They smoke deep to try and deny the CTs any chance of getting into the bomb site. And it's now just Kani left in the 1 versus 3. And they have an idea of where he's coming from, and now that idea has been confirmed. And how on earth does he make this one happen? He's just like so sure there has to be a player towards Skinny. Now realizing exactly where the remaining 2 players are, though. He doesn't have a kit to work with, so time's not on his side, and he's missing the shots. He connects on that shot, though. Oh my god, he has to stick the defuse from this point. I just don't think there's enough left in, and Mango wins the all-important clutch. Energy pick up the pistol round and keep things in limbo here on Vertigo.
12-4 though, Matt. It is a massive mountain to climb. Even to come back up to even, you've got to win 8 now in a row just to even scores out. And I don't know, I just don't see DNMK losing 8 in a row. considering that first half. I mean, even when they looked like they were down and out, they were facing 2v4s, they were still winning those. So definitely their game to lose right now.
I tend to agree with you for sure, but I don't want to completely discount this Energy team. When you've got these individuals coming together with a point to prove, they're very dangerous. But right now, they're struggling, and it's a pure anti-eco round. Barely any investment for DNMK. If Kani can land another shot here, that would be brutal and leave Energy in a very precarious position, but he does get taken down. Remember, as I said, this was just a hard eco for DNMK, so any kills from this point is gravy. They've already found 2 frags. But that should be all that they find in the round, and it will be. As, the man is dead. So there we go. 12-5. 12-5.
Even then.
T-side map, Josh, yeah, that's what I said, man. That's what I said as well. Definitely a T-sided map, especially in South Africa. I feel like internationally, teams find a lot more rounds on the CT side, but locally, the T-side is where it's at, man.
Look, they are facing a full set of M4s. 2 players without head armor, though. Davo and the man, no head armor, which is going to be interesting versus the Mac 10 and Galil. It's got some one-tap headshot potential still versus them, and it just... I feel for Energy in their position now. It's every single round is hyper important, and with one of their players, as you've noted, not really having had time on the map, P&D opens things up though onto Heartbreak. That's how you want to start off a round.
Yeah.
Now the man's going to get mollied out of position. He's going to be pushed out straight into P&D once again. He gets himself a second and a third.
Wow.
P&D just taking matters into his own hands. The EGL showing that he's not to be counted out in the fragging department. Getting himself a 3K. There's Wipeout with one of his own. And DNMK on their first buy actually not looking all that convincing. And they haven't even gotten a kill yet.
Yeah. Not only that, Energy didn't really have to do anything special this round. They kind of just sat back and waited, right? They posted, P&D hit his shots, Wipeout hit his shots as well, and it's not like it was a round win based off Energy's brilliant innovations and ingenuity here on the T side. They just sat and waited. And DNMK kind of just gifted themselves up in a couple of those occasions. So all of a sudden, 12-6 makes for far better reading than 12-3. And the fact that Energy win this first full gun round, keeping 5 players alive, I think they're all of a sudden feeling a lot better about this game and probably have a lot more belief behind them. Nexus, oh my god, okay, doesn't even get that kill onto Flexi. He was jumping around like a madman. And like I said, 12-6, all of a sudden there's going to be belief in the camp. Everyone's going to be a bit more chirpy and a bit more perked up. And DNMK need to start putting rounds on the board on the CT side before long. Because if this goes like 12-9 before they put something on the board, Energy are straight back into this game.
Wipeout opens things up nicely for them here. So it takes down Kanye. It's just an eco for them. So Energy, or DNMK at least, just looking for damage before they lose or convert. Man, well, they got 2 digs. They might be able to, especially with sneaky plays like that from the man and Heartbreak. They get cleaned up after the fact, but that's the damage they were looking for. One more kill, and it makes the economic position of Energy just that much weaker. It is Nexus in with a dig, bottom fragging at the moment. He is the RG also having to focus on other players' games, not being given too many opportunities to frag out. So let's see if he can get one here. Would be nice for his team. He's got a nice advanced position. I don't think they know he's here, but it's not going to matter. Mango just sweeps into the gap and takes him down for a now 7-12. Energy with a nice 4-round opening. That's the momentum they needed to start off the round with. But
Absolutely.
now they're facing another buy round. And in that buy round, Connie has an AWP.
As always, talk about the second gun round is where it's really at, and when you can really start to make some pretty decent assessments as to what you can expect for the rest of the half. Heartbreak on the angle, actually been forced back, and he might get caught off guard by Destroyed if he's not careful, though he is already watching the angle, and he's going to be the one to catch Destroyed. Nice awareness there from Heartbreak. Good heads-up play from him. And DNMK couldn't have asked for a better way to start off the round here. Thins out Energy's options as they lose a player so early on. But nice response from P&D once again towards the safe bomb site. They catch Kani off and that opens things up. They don't react off of it immediately, but they recognize that things certainly have been more spread out now from Dynamic's perspective. So options available. And they're keeping those options available with Wipeout. He's the key right now. And the fact that he's rotating out of this bomb site tells us that they are going to be ending up A, as the man's able to get one before he goes down. Seems like Energy are going to be committing to this bomb site right now. Util starts to rein in. There is 2 players here, and the third is already rotating in as well. So DNMK, they've made the read early, and they've got the players in position. But the Util usage is on point here to deny the CTs any chance to stop this defuse from happening. And Nexus taking the fight through the smoke is going to be coming off worse for wear. Wipeout takes down Divo as well. And now it's just Heartbreak left by himself, and he can't catch Mango off. So that was pretty much his only chance of making this clutch happen. Mango drops down, and with only 1 point of health, he's going to win the gun battle. And Reese, 12-8 with Energy winning 5 consecutive rounds. Who the heck's in the driver's seat right now?
Well, look, the way that they've been winning it, 4 of those rounds, they've gotten 3 players through at minimum. 1 completely clean. That's why you look over, you see Mango 10k in the bank, Wipeout 9k in the bank with full bars. The pressure now solely rests on DNMK's shoulders. They need to get more damage in these anti-ecos so they can set their bars up just that little bit better. And opening up with a frag, there's Nexus. That's going to help out a lot. He gets a nice clean 1 deke. And he's actually managed to find some space in an AK-47 here as well. He could get another one, but he's basically shutting off this mid-aggression area, but Wipeout isn't having it. He's going to get 2 of his own and open up the other side of the map. So they should be able to push on to B here. There is a player in their midst, and they don't know he's the man, and he's going to take down the bomb carrier. So now Davo and the man are in a position where they have the bomb. The man is getting close again. He's not going to be able to get the kill. Bit of a fluffed shot there from him. Some normality restored as they're going to the B bomb site, but Davo gets another one. Only 19 HP left. He's done the damage that they needed, though. Anything else is bonus, and he could do some damage, but they are going to clean it up. Not the cleanest round from Energy, but do they care? Actually, look at their money, Matt. It's fat.
Yeah, I mean, Energy Esports right now, that's going to be the last thing on their worry list, losing players in rounds that they're winning. As you say, they've got the bank behind them to keep things cool, calm, and collected. 12-9. And that's 6 consecutive rounds now for Energy on this T side. And in my opinion, that's probably put them out. I would say, like, when you look at the game deeper than just the scoreline, I feel like these teams are 50-50 right now in terms of winning this. And DNMK's response is the triple AWP. My God, 1B, 1 mid, 1A. If any of them falters, you probably lose the round because your retaking potential is out the window. For anyone who doesn't know, retaking with AWPs, with numerous AWPs, actually becomes a bit of a liability because you don't have that versatility and that freedom to move around. Heartbreak going to throw a smoke for himself, playing above the smoke, looking for the angle, but hasn't been able to, and he needs to be careful here that the timing doesn't work out against them. A bit of a nice smoke here from Energy as well, but Mango decides not to use the smoke that was thrown to get onto scaffolding like his teammates. He tries to peer on the side of it, and he ends up getting taken down. So again, it's Heartbreak who opens things up for his teams, but even though that happened last time, Energy were able to still win the round, and there's P&D trading things out again. He's been a mighty force on this T side so far for Energy. Still, all 3 of the AWPs are in play for DNMK right now, which is very, very awkward. They have to get 2 kills here before Energy secure the control of the site. Otherwise, the retake is going to be so damn difficult. And they're trying to get in position, but Energy's exits have been great so far throughout this half. They've deployed their smokes fantastically, their flashes have been on point, and it's been very tough for DNMK to do pretty much anything once the exits gotten rolling. And again, you can see they're all sort of in no man's land. Nobody knows exactly what they want to do. The molly is doing a huge amount of damage to Heartbreak. And Energy now making their way forward. The man tries to make a play through the smoke, but he ends up getting taken down. And now it's just 3 AWPs left, Reese. 3 AWPs to try and retake with. And this is what I was talking about. But let's see if they can somehow get the job done with these big green guns. Heartbreak, he just goes for the gamble play, tries to get the elevation, because now look at what's happening. Both the AWPs are waiting for somebody else to create some space and make a bit of a play. Wipeout will go down to Nexus, who's continuing to make his way forward here. Surely now Energy have realized that it's only AWPs left on the table, meaning you want to give them as little chances to fight as you possibly can, and Flexi in the dying moments in the 1 versus 2 will get the job done. And I have to question the decision there to go for 3 AWPs. I mean, I understand on paper, you think you're going to hold the areas on the map and land the frags, but you need to think deeper and also make a few contingency plans, right? Think about what happens if you do lose control. What sort of a position does that leave you in? My God, 12-10.
Yeah, those 3 AWPs, I think I agree with you completely. It cost them not only economically, it cost them retake potential. The man pushes through the smoke first with the only rifle that was left on their team. The decision making right now in DNMK is a little bit flimsy, and Energy are capitalizing on that. They've put themselves right back in this game. I had my doubts, all things considered, at the turn of the half, but now you're looking at 10-12, and Energy's on the better side. If they just get 2 more in a row, which is looking very possible based on their current momentum, like it should be easy, all things considered, for them to bring it back to 12-12. And there actually hasn't been a point, right, in this half where I've thought DNMK should 100% have the round. They've always been on the after of like bad trades or on an even trade even, and that's never good when you're defending, because you just become so split up amongst the bomb sites.
Yeah, exactly. Kani finds 1, but nice trade there. As DNMK just getting picked across the map. Of course, it's just an eco, but as you said, if this goes 12-12, it just feels like Energy should coast home from there, right? Because DNMK would have tried everything that they possibly could have from there, and rather DNMK would have tried everything they could have, and nothing would have worked. So what do you even fall back on? We're going to need more of those from Divo. I mean, let's not forget, the man was 17-3 in the first half, Reese. He's now 20-14, so he's died 11 times and got the 3 more kills from there. Now, you never want to single out a single person, because it's definitely not only his fault that the team haven't won a round on the season side yet. Pretty much everybody has gone ice cold. Nobody dragging at the same level that they were on the first half. But let's give credit to Energy's T side as well. It's been super calm, it's been super cool, collected, it's been very composed, very structured as well. The way that they've executed, everybody's known exactly what job required of them. We've seen variations in the AA execs as well, the types of smokes that they've thrown, the contact they're taking. Really fancying this T side from Energy right now.
And even going back to Flexi, you know, not having had experience, it was quite evident on the CT side, and he went into the half at a 6 for 14, and now he's already up to 10 for 16. And it's just so much easier when there is someone who is inexperienced to play a T side of a map, because he can just follow in and support, you know, throw good util, and there's so much more value he can add in. And now it's actually looking like the DNMK didn't do enough. They needed a 13-2.
Well, we're going to have to find out, as finally an opening kill comes the way of DNMK. That gets traded out by Flexi, but then Heartbreak goes one further to maintain that 1-man advantage for DNMK. Desperately needing this round are the Blue Flames, as if this one goes away as Energy, surely Energy are going to be coasting home from there. Missed smoke though from Wipeout. And there's no molly towards the back left pillar, which means Kani might be able to engineer a bit of mischief here. The bait's been taken by Nexus as well, and that allows Kani to pounce. He takes down Mango. He's not been traded just yet. Wipeout's not going to be able to do it, and Kani doing the job for his team. Finally, DNMK get around on the board, and courtesy of that amazing first half, the 12-3 scoreline, DNMK are still in this, Reese. Even though they lost, 8 consecutive rounds. Normally a team is down and out at that point, but because of all their hard work in the first half, DNMK have been afforded a lifeline. 13-11. They still have to only win 3 rounds, Reese. So it's not impossible here for DNMK to still win this, of course.
For sure, and they actually get their first CT half of the board 1 round earlier than Energy were able to. So let's see if they can convert this again.
Oh my
They're
God,
going to
look how much damage.
That nade is just so brutal. It gets enough damage that 4 of them are 1-shot headshot potential now with the M4. And if they keep this push up, they are pushing into 3 CTs in the near vicinity, and Nexus is just over towards mid. It's not exactly a long run over from there either. And Kani catches out Wipeout on the lurk, so it's now a 4v5. So even on the retake, they're going to be in a good position. And just even more pressure. Good setup there from Davo. He hears the noise of the molly hitting the T in the smoke, and he manages to convert that. Mango and Destroyed are below 50 HP. It's only Flexi with something left in it, and Destroyed's going to get taken out by Nexus. And Nexus gets the 3k. This is bad. This is bad now for Energy.
Yeah, this is definitely problematic. DNMK started to find their footing. Let's get a quick look at the replay there. I think it's the Nexus triple kill we're going to be seeing once again. And that was just a great round by DNMK. As I say, finding their footing, finding their groove now on the CT side. But more cohesion between them as they mount a defense. Energy with enough money in the bank to muster up another gun round here. Round loss bonus starting to substantiate that as well, but they're running out of rounds. 14-11. This is exactly what we were hoping for tonight when we saw these two teams going head-to-head on the roster card. We knew that this was going to be an entertaining game, and it's exactly what we wanted, considering it's the lower bracket semi-final as well. An elimination match, winner goes through to top 3 with so much to play for. You want to see teams who are giving it all they've got, and that's exactly what we're witnessing right now. AKs across the board, Reese. There's 9 AKs on the server right now.
Wow.
Only 1 M4.
I should just notice that as well. It's a lot of one-tap headshot potential. A lot harder for the T's to push into. They can't trade bullets because if they get hit first, they're just down. There's only 2 players here towards A, though.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to mention as well. Seems like the one thing Energy have going for them right now in this round is they've got 5 players towards A, and there's only 2 to receive them from DNMK. Quick rotation coming through from Nexus. He's going to get there in time. And because he's rotated in now, the man wants to try and get a bit more of a forward angle. He gets blinded up, but he's got support util as well. However, because he's shot, he's given away his position. Nexus swings out. The man's going to trade off of him. Does a great job. He doesn't need to continue aggressing. He needs to stay alive. Gets around the corner just in time, but Wipeout still does take down his support structure. And Heartbreak and the timing. Oh, no. The man gets caught off guard. Mango works out. He only had 16 health. It's now Kani left in the 1 versus 2. He's going to catch Mango on the angle, or rather Wipeout rather on the angle, but Mango with the crouch peek takes his head clean off. Perhaps Kani thought he was going for the plant, but no. Mango stood tall, held the angle, landed the shot, and kept Energy's hopes and dreams alive here on Vertigo. What a game.
Insane game right now. Energy, though, their bank is looking a little bit worse for wear. If they trip, they're facing match point already, and it would be extremely harsh to face it without any weapons to work with. So, a huge round here for them. This is, if anything, more important than winning the next. And the man's going to make it just that much harder. He goes down to 5 HP, but it's enough to kill P&D. And they set up in a 4v5, so they still have the man advantage. The most important round for Energy in their tournament life so far.
Yeah.
It does look like it is going to be a B push. They don't have the bomb with him though, Matt.
Yeah, still early days. So probably trying to pull a rotation across. We'll have to wait and see. The one thing I want to quickly point out is the economic situation. 3 players don't have enough money to buy up in the next round for Energy, and they don't have any round loss bonus behind them. So this is a big round right now. As you say, perhaps one of the biggest they've had so far in this entire tournament. And they do start edging their way towards the B-bomb side with the bomb as well. Man advantage for DNMK, and they're respecting that. They're not making any further plays. They're rooting themselves. They're making a read as well. They've 3 players of their own on this B defense. Nexus in transition between mid and B, so they certainly have what it takes right now. Heartbreak walks into the crosshair, but fortunately for him, he doesn't catch the bullet. Information now there for DNMK, but Heartbreak not going to be good for anything further in the round. Bomb plant should be coming through here momentarily for Energy as they convert this into a 4 versus 4 both up. But look at Kani taking the initiative. He finds himself a double kill, making a play. Not afraid, even though the game's in such a precarious position. And Mango's gone down as well. It's just Destroyed left in the 1 versus 3. Holding the ag. Spray down. He knows where Nexus is as well. He's brought him down to 73 health. There's only 8. But Nexus is going to land the shots and win the clutch. 15-12. DNMK doing it. It seemed like Destroyed might have been able to make the clutch happen. He's 24 kills right now into this game, but he couldn't find the 25th, which would have completely changed the complexion of the map and the match right now. My God.
I can't. That spray transfer from Kani was everything. It completely won that round. Even though they almost lose the 1v3, Nexus pulls it over the line, and now it's 15-12. This could be the last round of Energy's tournament life here in the EGL One. They don't have a good buy, as we've noted, to try and pull this over the line either. My heart goes out to them in this situation, and Heartbreak's just going to be relentless and make it even that much harder as he gets 1 for 40 of his HP. Now it's a 4v5 and they poorly set up. They're going to keep trying A, which has been the more successful of the 2 bomb sites for them. But there's 3 CTs lurking, waiting, in position. And it's the top fraggers for DNMK right now. Davo, Heartbreak in the man.
Oh, okay.
Heartbreak goes down to Destroy It, which is going to help things out.
No.
But the man and Davo reply immediately. Destroy It gets a blind kill onto Davo, but he gets caught out from behind by the man with the MP9. And now it's just Flexi in a 2-on-1. Does he know about the man being so close? He doesn't.
He got
and that's going to be it. DNMK.
Oh. Did
They
you
win
see
it,
that?
Matt.
There's a little bucket that rolls off to the left, and Flexi flicks to the bucket. He was already pre-aiming the angle that the man was aiming at. Not saying he definitely would have won the clutch, but that's just so unfortunate that ends up happening to him. And Energy, they lose the map. DNMK, they win the map. They win the series 2-1 in the most emphatic fashion. After going up 12-3 at halftime on Vertigo, Energy bringing it all the way back to 12-11, and finally DNMK win a round. It's 13-11, and you can see them finally find their footing and shift into gear from there as they push home the 16-12 victory, eliminate Energy Esports from the competition, secure themselves a berth in the top 3, where they'll play against either Goliath Gaming or ATK, the loser of that match next week. But Reese, what have we just witnessed?
I think we've just witnessed the quality of some practice time on DNMK, if anything, Matt. Like, wow, man. DNMK, no asterisk. They showed up today, dude. 100%.
And
even
great
when
to see.
100% as well. And even when they were losing, it was so narrowly. Energy had to fight absolutely tooth and nail for every single round in this thing. You know, first map 16-9 to DNMK, quite comfortable. A 16-13 to Energy, which we didn't predict was actually going to happen. We thought it was going to be their loss immediately then and there, but Energy take us to a map 3, and then after that emphatic first half, a massive 8 round in a row from Energy to put themselves back in contention. Just not enough though, because as soon as you trip, you're gonna fall, and DNMK were there with waiting arms.
Wow, what a crazy series. From start to finish, every single round had it all. We had the clutches, we had the comebacks, we had the anti-eco round losses, or the eco round wins rather, back and forth the whole time. That game ebbed and flowed and kept us captivated throughout. Hope it kept you guys captivated at home. Thanks for joining us and watching this. It's been a pleasure having you throughout the evening. We're going to be back again tomorrow night. Remember, normally it's Thursday, but this time around it's tomorrow, Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. We've got the upper bracket final between ATK and Goliath Gaming. It's been the headline matchup of 2020 in South African Counter-Strike. It's provided every time we've seen it in the past, and I'm sure it's going to be providing once again. I'm particularly keen to see this Elusive and Dweezil combo, Dara back in the starting lineup as well. Are they still going to be second best to ATK, or are they going to be able to engineer the winning recipe? Join us tomorrow night to find out. But for tonight, Reese, that's all.
That's all. Thank you, Mr. Matt, for the great cast. Thank you to all the people watching at home. I've been WookiE XXXL. Over to my left is...
Other way, Reese.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it is. I saw on stream now. That was horrible.
Like,
I almost got it.
Okay.
Almost got it.
It's all good. It's been a long stream, guys. We've been here for near on three hours, so it's been a pleasure, guys. As I said, thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to have you. We're going to be back tomorrow night. We're going to have some giveaways as well. A 250 Rand Steam voucher, as well as an EveTech backpack. So if the Counter-Strike isn't enough for you to join, come for the giveaways. Stay for the CS. Have a great rest of your evening. Keep well, sleep well. We'll see you tomorrow, and good night.